They hate when you elevate. You're stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly, yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got a soul view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies, all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Squatting all black like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich I know. They hate when you elevate. You're stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. Yeah. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight.
Come on, Santiago, salute, 2 cents, salute. Salute.
Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate.
Warrior Class 3, salute, King. Yeah, we filling up, we filling it in. Yeah. I'm up there. Yeah, I'm up. Still trying to learn the lyrics to that song. Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all know, hit the likes on y'all way in. While y'all in here, hit the likes. Let's get the likes up. We gonna build. Hope everybody's weekend was a great weekend. You know how it is. We had an epic weekend in boxing. A lot of controversy, and that just makes it that much better, right? We do have a new crowned undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world. Another successful weekend by Riyhad Season and Turki Al-Sheikh putting on that event. Let's give it up for Turki Al-Sheikh. Right. Salute. Put my headphones on right quick so I can make sure this is all working. If I'm coming in clear, can I get a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me clear? What is going on here? Yeah. Jets. Yeah, you already know. We'll put it on them Bills tonight. Matter of fact, thank you for reminding me. Salute, Teach. Salute. What a weekend in boxing, man. So much to talk about. So many things going on. A decent card, too, as well, right? We had a decent card. We're going to talk about it all, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Hearing a lot of, robbery things. And, you got a lot of content creation spaces that are unhappy with the results of the fight. They calling a robbery. I think we might be reaching a little bit with a robbery. We'll talk about it. Maybe there is a robbery. I don't know. I did see the fight a certain way. Didn't go the way that I saw it, but I don't know if I'm ready to call it a robbery. The heavyweight division called a little bit of action. Salute 818. Salute. Here. Yeah, man. Teach, I hope he has a full recovery. He definitely had that egg-shaped dent in his head, right? You might want to holler at somebody about that who has a little bit more information on that, personal information and experience on that. Might be able to explain to him. Maybe Frazier Clark has a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying, that he could put out there. Who knows? You know what I mean? And we definitely had a lot of shit going on undercard too, right? Chris Eubanks had a decent outing. I mean, it was an opponent that I don't think really was supposed to last in there with him. He did what he was supposed to do. Some people might say he was supposed to do it sooner. He got hit with a couple of clean shots as well, but I think, we'll talk about that as well. Him trying to make it the big show, setting up what we know to be the big fight that everybody wants to see, which is, a legacy fight, right? Generation to generation, as the Eubanks, right, and the Bens have always had issues. So it looks like Chris Eubanks and Conor Ben have an appointment, and Turki Al-Sheikh's going to facilitate that and make that happen, right? What's going on here? The egg-shaped form, right? Tom Moore said the egg-shaped form. Yeah. Damn, put your glasses back on. Great Gambino, they about to start trying to push that fight, Canelo or versus Beterbiev, knowing Canelo going to do the runaround. I don't think so, man. I think that we'll talk about that as well, because I'm hearing them trying to put the rumors together about putting that fight together. I don't think that's the fight that the people want to see. I mean, Canelo is the face of boxing, so maybe he's able to facilitate that and make that happen. Maybe he gets some sort of priority treatment over Turkey. I don't think that's the case. I think we're more than likely looking to see a rematch between Artur Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol. I think that's what the space wants. I know Dimitri Bivol definitely wants that. We'll see what Beterbiev and how he feels about it. Let's remember that in January, he's going to be 40 years old. So we don't even know if he's going to stay boxing, right? So we got to see about that as well. What's going on here? Salute Big Play Bray in the building as well. Salute. Right. So where do we start, guys? Where do we start? Where does the conversation start at? We got so much going on, man. And then we got fights coming up as well. We also have a free PBC's first free card that's coming up this weekend. Hopefully it stays free. Hopefully nothing changes, right? Right? What just happened here? PBC finally doing it, guys. Let's give it up for the PBC. PBC with their first free card this weekend. Clap it up. Tim Tszyu trying to get it in and become an IBF champion. And we could talk about that as well. Terrence Crawford, Tim Tszyu in the news. Rumors out there about Turkey Al-Sheikh's plans for Terrence Crawford and Tim Tszyu, and there may be some negotiations going in the background for some big money for both those guys to fight each other and get a unification fight going on. We're going to talk about all that as well. What else we got here? Carmel Moten also fought this weekend. Shout out to Al Heyman. Hope everything goes well with Al Heyman here. You know, we'll talk about that as well, the PBC and Al Heyman and how that's affecting the PBC and what to expect. A lot of rumors going on right now. I think today I was hearing an argument that somebody told me that we got a content creator out there pushing a narrative like PBC is, needs to push harder, and that, there might be some, I don't know. We'll talk about that as well. I'm sure we'll stay on that very lightly. We won't stay in there too long, right? What else is going on here? Brother Claymore, salute Boxing Hacker King. What's good with you, family? What's good, Boxing Hacker? Salute to you. Let me see here. Could catch them on that Riyhad rematch card in February. Yeah, February, March. Maybe that fast. You know what I mean? Let's see. Fawn said, I'd like to see a rematch after watching the fight after the fact. I feel like Bivol won. Yeah, man, a lot of people feel like that. At the end of that fight with Beterbiev and Bivol, I did walk away feeling like Bivol won the fight. But I also was not I wasn't disgusted with the decision. You know what I mean? I think we're going to talk about that tonight as well. And that's why shout out to the thumbnail criteria, because, judges have criteria to when they judge in these fights, right? They have criteria. A lot of us wish they'd keep the same criteria, but I think different styles. Some judges like aggressive boxers. Some judges more so appreciate the boxer, the guy who moves around, who's hitting and not getting hit. And then you also have the judges who judge you based on their last, what they know you to do, right? So a judge who knows Bivol to be more of a boxer, moving around, being slick, not engaging like that, not having a high quantity of punches the way he was, just kind of like over, what's the word I'm looking for? Let's just say, just fighting outside of the way they normally see you fight in comparison to how they do normally see you fight. They'll judge you accordingly as well. And we'll talk about that because Beterbiev has a way of fighting and Bivol has a way of fighting. And I think we all understood that Bivol was going to go into this fight boxing and Beterbiev was supposed to be the fighter. But I always said that certain boxers were going to have to get checked, that Beterbiev was going to have to show that he could box on the level of a Bivol, or, box better than what people thinks he can box. And that Bivol was also going to have to show the people that he was willing to fight. I think Bivol did that. I think Bivol actually stepped into the building ready to fight. He came in early, ready to exchange. He might have exhausted himself, overexerted himself a little bit in those first couple of rounds. And in those later rounds, you saw Bivol kind of like, let's be honest, he looked like he was a little tired and lost those championship rounds. And a lot of people feel like that's what put Bivol in that position, losing those championship rounds in a fight that close. You can't lose those rounds. And we're going to talk about all that for sure. We're definitely going to talk about it as well. And Vegas, of course, one-way Renzo and Vegas. We always got to talk about the odds, right? Because whoever bet on Bivol winning that fight by Beterbiev winning that fight by decision made a lot of money, because none of the odd makers had that. It was very high. I think it was like 800 plus 800 plus 1,000. I don't know what it was for Beterbiev to win by decision. So shout out to Vegas for sure. Let me see. Let's see. Grant, it was a good fight. Can't be mad at whoever won, whoever they chose. Yeah, man. I think it comes down to that. But I think no matter what, at the end of the day, the fight was good. It was a great fight, but a rematch. It made an argument. The biggest argument that fight made was a rematch. You know, so it's up to Beterbiev probably to pull the trigger, because from what I could tell, Dmitry Bivol is 100% on board with doing a rematch, and why wouldn't he be, especially if he thinks he won that fight. Shout out to my guy, Rob. There's no such thing as a championship rounds. It's only a 12 fighting rounds, period. Okay, Ross Scott. All right. I mean, there is. You're right. You're right about that. But I mean, the championship rounds have been there forever, man. People talk about them forever, and they leave impressions, right? The championship rounds leave impression. Now, the normal way that you would score a fight would be round by round, and you write it on a piece of paper, and then you hand the paper in, and that's your that's what your vote is, right? That's how you called the fight. I believe that judges are doing, not necessarily being final with their decisions. Judges have been known to go back into swing rounds, and they think about it, and they change some rounds around and things of that nature. And as much as you might want to say it's not fair or whatever have you, doesn't change the reality of the situation, right? There were a lot of close rounds in that fight with Beterbiev and Bivol. There were a lot of rounds where it seems like Bivol would win like the first 2 minutes of the round, and it would like Beterbiev would steal the round, take that last minute where Bivol either was taking the round off, or Beterbiev all of a sudden would step it up and start letting his hands go. How was the judges scoring those rounds, right? How were the judges scoring those rounds? Well, I mean, the decision has a lot of people going crazy, and obviously the 116, 112 judge got everybody thinking that he's a criminal, and they want him investigated for all types of stuff, right? Let me see. Boxing, the championship rounds exist, but fights are scored round by round. 100% boxing hacker, right? 100%. The championship rounds have always existed, whether it's unwritten law or written law, however you want to look at it. It's understood. And, you know, you look at fights at like what's my guy's name? Jermaine Ortiz and Teofimo, and people credit that loss that he had at Teofimo based on the fact that that Jermaine Ortiz took off those last couple of rounds. I can remember going back as far as like Oscar De La Hoya versus Felix Trinidad, right? When he took off those rounds and he thought he had the fight locked in because he won the first 6 or 7 rounds, and end up not going his way, right? Those championship rounds do matter. We need to overhaul the way boxing matches are scored and judged. Yeah, 2 cents, without a doubt, man. This has been an argument, boxing, politically speaking, you know, the way it's kind of lawless. It's like these judges are not regulated, right? These judges make their scorecards, they pack their stuff up, they go home. Nobody ever questions them. Nobody asks them to break down each round. How did you have him win in this round? Go back over the video of the fights. Go back over the fights and have the judges explain themselves to some sort of a committee on how they came up with the scoring and how they were doing that. Not only to hold the judges accountable, but also maybe understanding that some training needs to be put into effect for these judges, understanding that they're not reading boxing properly, or coming to an understanding of a criteria that works across the board for every single judge. A lot of attention got to get put on that, right? Let me see. Championship rounds is bullshit, period. If that's the case, you only need to win the last 3 rounds. I mean, I don't think so, Ross Clot. I mean, I think that I see what you're saying, though, as far as like giving it more importance than the other rounds is kind of absurd. I agree with that, right? But I do believe that if you take off those last couple of rounds, I think it can affect, especially on a close fight, a real close fight with a bunch of swing rounds, the judges kind of start looking at momentum. And when you got certain judges that just straight up score off aggression, or somebody who's stepping to, or you got the other ones who judge the slick boxing. So it's like if you're kind of getting beat down in the last 3 rounds, that can affect the way a judge scores a swing round. I mean, it happens. It's happened so many times, man. It's really like more like you just don't like it, which I understand, but I don't think it changes the reality of how much it exists in the way that judges score fights, right? Like, you may feel like that's not a legitimate reason for a judge to give a fight to a certain fighter, but I think history shows that judges have been doing this since the beginning. Like they've always done stuff like this. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Teach Claymore, it's still a 10-9 or 10-8. No extra credit. Judges aren't going back to the first round and changing their score. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. I've heard different. I'm gonna be honest with you, Teach. I've heard of judges changing their minds on certain rounds, on those swing rounds, leaving a round open, trying to figure out what they're gonna do. I've heard of it, man. I've heard of judges doing it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Floyd is hardly lost a round. Floyd is a bum. Oh, Oscar lost the championship rounds. We all thought Oscar won. Okay, you see, Roscott, there's the example right there of the history of championship rounds in boxing. Everybody thought Oscar won because he won more rounds, right? But Trinidad turned up those last 3-4 rounds. Boom. He lost. He lost. Right, all Floyd D Riders, raise your hand. So I think the rematch is gonna be around 13, right? I'm interested in everybody in the chat kind of give me your opinion on it as far as what do you see happening in the rematch? You think Bivol wins the rematch now? Because once those guys are familiar with each other and kind of have an understanding with each other, keep in mind, of course, these guys had like over 100 rounds of sparring that they've done, so they were already familiar with each other. But what happens now? Has Artur Beterbiev processed all the data and he's just going to take it from round 13, make the next fight look like round 10, 11, and 12, or 11 and 12 at least, right? Is that what he does? Does he take up from there? And what does Bivol do? Does Bivol turn up more? Does he try to slow the fight down? Was he allowing the fight to kind of run away with him? I thought that Bivol kind of fought Beterbiev's fight in the first half of the fight, but I thought he was winning those rounds when he fought that way, because we know Beterbiev takes his time to process data, and he's a slow starter. So it looks like Bivol made sure he snatched as many early rounds as he could, which I thought was a great game plan. He had like 1 or 2 rounds in the middle rounds, I think around 6 or 7, where he took the round completely off for whatever reason, whether he was tired, whether it was part of the game plan, whether he was hurt, whatever the reason might have been, he took off those middle rounds. I would say probably between like 3 and like, let's say 4 and 7, 4 and 6. You know what I'm saying? He took those, it seemed like either took those rounds off or just Beterbiev just bested him in those rounds. So a lot of people have it, the last 3 rounds, Artur Beterbiev, and they saying the first 3 rounds was Dimitri Bivol. So it's like those middle rounds right there that we need to figure out what happened, right? Those middle 6 rounds, those middle 6 rounds, we need to figure out what happened. Let's see, Teach. I had 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 to Bivol. 1, 2, 3. So he gave him 4. Nah, I just remembered. I don't have it written down here. I remember scoring it with blue, and I remember I had given I think by round 6 I had it 4-2 by round 6. So I definitely gave Artur Beterbiev one of those middle rounds, and of course round 7 I definitely made sure I gave to him too as well. I don't know, round 7, Teach, Bivol didn't have round 7, bro. He took that round off pretty much. I don't know. Bivol caught him with a big shot at the final bell. Okay. Boxing Hacker had 2-3. It'll definitely be the same way. Maybe Beterbiev might start off faster next time around. Yeah, I think Beterbiev, Beterbiev needs to kind of take from the Terrence Crawford book when Terrence Crawford fought Errol Spence, right? Terrence Crawford was normally known for taking his time, and he might give up a round or 2 in the beginning, right? He took his time to process the data, and he wasn't really start off in the beginning. But when he fought Errol Spence, it seemed like he started off round 1, like immediately got on there and understood that he couldn't lose any rounds. I think Beterbiev has to move in his next fight with Bivol with that same energy. He has to not give up those early rounds. All that data processing, you've already had 12 rounds with him, not including the 100+ rounds of supposedly sparring rounds that you guys have in the bag. You should know him by now where you don't need to feel him out as much, and you should start winning those rounds. I think that's going to be a big difference with Beterbiev. I think he took off a lot of those early rounds trying to see what Bivol was going to do, and Bivol took that opportunity to take those rounds. Let's see here. Roscott, who landed combos? Bivol. Who landed Bivol? Who landed body shots? Bivol. Who landed on the gloves? Beterbiev. It's not that hard to score. Yeah, Bivol. I mean, I had Bivol winning the fight. I'm not going to act like I didn't. I had Bivol winning the fight, but I do believe that Beterbiev was the one hunting down Bivol all night. He was on walking them down, and yeah, he was letting the shots go, and Bivol was catching a lot of the shots on the gloves, but he had his moments too when he hurt Bivol a couple of times in the fight that I saw. It all depends on how these judges think, what they really like. If the judges are into the the guy who they think is making the fight, the guy who's pushing the pace and making the fight a fight. They'll give him that credit. I mean, obviously that's what happened, right? Obviously the judges liked the way that Bivol was in it. G-Man King, salute, King. Salute. Long time no see, buddy. What's good, family? Assalamu alaikum. Man, King said I had it 6-6 even. I felt Beterbiev aggression won him that fight. Yeah. You know what I mean? I thought it was going to be a draw. Or Bivol won the fight. I didn't think Beterbiev won the fight. And now, keeping in mind, guys, I haven't watched the fight again. You know, on the weekends, I work that weekend wraparound shift. My hours is bananas. I have not watched that fight again. I plan on tomorrow morning relaxing, chilling, making my tea, and I plan on watching that fight, you know, and seeing how I feel about it the second time around. So let's see what I see the second time, what I think about it. You know what I mean? The judge that tied it had it 7-8 for Bivol. Okay, Teach. Okay. Aggression while missing ineffective, folks. It is what it is. It is what it is. Teach, don't watch it again. Why don't watch it again, Teach? Of course I'm gonna watch it again. That's my normal thing. And I still and tomorrow morning I'm gonna watch that fight, and I gotta catch the Nakatani fight as well. Salute Shaquilla Field. Salute. Walaikum salam, G-Man, for sure. I love drinking tea. Oh, for sure. My wife picked up this ginger tea, this Jamaican ginger tea, which is what I'm sipping right now. Real spicy. I'm loving it. It's hard to find a spicy ginger tea unless you make it like we make, you know, I'm Haitian, you know what I'm saying? We West Indian, so we make our own ginger tea from like the ginger itself, boil it down, you know what I mean, get that good ginger tea. But she found like this ginger tea packet that's spicy. I'm loving it. Oh, 2 cents. Two things we're not talking about. Beterbiev chin and Bivol switching from boxing to standing and fighting. Good shit from both fighters. That's a fact. And that's what made the fight great, right? Because I said Bivol was going to have to show that he was willing to fight, and Beterbiev was going to have to show that he's willing to box. And he did. I feel like Beterbiev was trying to box. He was taking his time and focusing on cutting the ring off. The knee, right? We were wondering how that knee injury was going to treat him. Looks like he did decent with it. I'll tell you this, though. I feel like Beterbiev was cautious about the way he moved on that knee. I think he was cautious. He was very conscious about moving around that ring and being just he was trying to make sure that everything he did was the right way. He wasn't making no sudden moves or anything like that, taking his time. I thought Beterbiev would have attacked Bivol's body a little bit more than I saw him attack the body. But I think he might have got thrown off a little bit by the fact that Bivol wasn't as mobile, wasn't moving around as much as he thought he was. So, you know, if you're attacking the body that way, you're probably thinking more so about slowing the fight down. And Bivol was pretty much staying right there in front of Beterbiev, you know, moving, of course, but wasn't moving as much as I think Beterbiev expected him to move. So I still expected him to stab at that body more, and just off the strength of slowing him down, just so he wouldn't have to make no crazy athletic moves on that knee. But Bivol stood and fought and won those rounds. I felt like he was winning that fight. As far as the fight was concerned, Bivol was winning. Now, on the second half of the fight, you started seeing Bivol wanting to move around a little more. I think the conditioning got tested a little bit. One thing Beterbiev did very well in that fight is he was able to keep that pressure on Bivol even without letting his hands go, right? Constantly walking him down, constantly coming in for that kill, put Bivol on a situation where he had him on his back foot. And by having him on his back foot and Bivol, you know, winning the jab war, and you know, obviously was winning a lot of the jab wars, but letting his hands go, trying to discourage Beterbiev from running him over. I think that it took a lot of energy from him, right? Took a lot of energy. He was letting his hands go with a lot of heavy shots early in that first half of that fight, which is why I think around that 6th or 7th round, I don't know which round it was, but it was a round where I feel like Bivol took off. And I think that was probably a little bit of the conditioning, a little bit kind of just getting it back together. And then the second half of the fight, we kind of started seeing the old Bivol. We started seeing the Bivol that box, that moved around a lot more, that you know, staying off the ropes, using all of the real estate in the ring, just being that Bivol that we expected him to be from round one, bagging those early rounds, taking those first at least 3 rounds easy, and then in the middle, starting to take rounds off his, from being a boxer, right? Just like, I'm going to be a boxer, I'm going to move around, I'm going to win these rounds, letting off those combinations, the feints, the level changes. I mean, he was doing it all, right? He was doing it all. But once again, I feel like the reason he lost those championship rounds, excuse me, Roscott, those final rounds, I think had to do with conditioning. I think he had to take off. I think Beterbiev finally, that relentless pressure that Beterbiev does and that high output that he does when he gets in his zone, because Beterbiev kind of turned into the old Beterbiev in the second half of the fight. This is constant pressure and had looked like at times had Bivol in trouble on the ropes, as Bivol would, swing out and pivot off of the ropes. But ultimately a great fight. And decision is the decision, right? Let me read it here. Rewatching a fight is a whole different experience, knowing the outcome. Yeah, 2 cents. You're right. It is. Rewatching a fight is a whole different, it is a whole different experience. And you start to look for the rounds. You start to look for where Bivol won, look for where Beterbiev won, because now you're scoring in trial. But I got to watch it again because, listen, on a fight that close, sometimes you got to watch it that second time. You know what I'm saying? I got to watch it again. Let me see. Ty Morris said Claymore Rain, Pep, the long copper fit socks Ortiz was wearing since he opted not to wear a brace. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I didn't notice he had those socks on. Please remember to like and subscribe for more great content. Thank you, 818. Thank you. Driving, go get something to eat, but I'm listening. Beterbiev is a bump. Roscoe, why somebody always got to be a bum, bro? Somebody got to be the bum, bro. Let me see. I'll just go off my initial pick. No doubt, Teach. Hey, man, it is what it is. I mean, what difference does it make at the end of the day? We're all going to have our opinions on what happened in the fight, but the reality is it was a great fight. Both fighters had moments in the fight. It was a close fight. At the end of the day, the rematch is the most important thing, right? The rematch is what we need to see. Jonathan 97, salute, King. Salute, King. Boxing out of Loma, 75. Okay, T-Chat, boom, driving to get something, boom, boom, boom. Rewatch Devin and Loma. Had a headache. Bivol was throwing combinations and trying to pivot and get out the way, but Ortiz's footwork, tracking, cutting off the ring was impressive to me. And when he did land, you knew it 100%. I mean, even Bivol said he complained, didn't complain, but he kept it 100, right? He said that Beterbiev, that he had his thumb, his right hand, his thumb was so sore from getting punched on the glove by Beterbiev. So that's another thing, right? That makes it effective aggression, because even though you're blocking these shots and catching them with your glove, he's still hurting you. And that's one thing Beterbiev brings to the game as well. Is like those punches, he's a hard puncher, right? The man's hands, they said, is like gnarled roots. He's hurting you. So even just taking shots on the glove is affecting you and causing Bivol to obviously react and stay away from getting hit that way as well. Let's see. Ray Davis in the building? Yo, Ray, what's good? Yo, Ray, you are you driving? You at work? You want me to send you something? You trying to pop up? You trying to pop up, King? Let me know. Matter of fact, I'll just send it. You just let me know. I'll send it over to you right now. Keep it easy. Email. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like that. Let's do it like this, like that. Let's see here. Invite. Copy. There you go, Ray. I know you're going to work, but I don't know. There you go. I sent it over to you. Let's see. When Beterbiev wanted to fight, Bivol boxed. When Beterbiev boxed, Bivol stood and fought. Yeah, 2 cents. I say that's what it looked like to me as well. It looked like that as well to me. I think the next fight, though, we're going to see Beterbiev be more true to himself and, not trying to prove no more that I can outbox you, really trying to cut that ring off. And we don't know if Beterbiev at the same time was boxing off the strength of not being able to move the way he wanted to move so that he could fight, right? That he was just more concerned with cutting that ring off and scoring and, trying to wait for the opportunity to come to where he could capitalize on it. So we got to see. Beterbiev showed he could box. Bivol showed he's willing to fight. It builds up for a great rematch, for a real great rematch, right? What did you guys think about moving along? What did you guys think about the Ben Whitaker situation? How do you guys feel about him flipping out the ring with Liam Cameron? How'd you feel? Beterbiev can box exceptionally well, though. People always think he can. Yeah. What did you guys think about the Ben Whitaker? Was he exposed in your opinion? Did Ben Whitaker kind of expose himself? Do you think the game exposed him? Shout out to Warrior Class 3 for putting some color in the chat. Salute came more. Why can't the sport of boxing along the sanctioning bodies decide to utilize former champions, checking gloves, and boxing legends as the judges for each championship fight? That would be fire. That would be fire. But let's be honest, right? The sanctioning bodies want to always keep a little bit of control over those judges. They don't want to be able to move their own narratives. They want to be able to control the energy and control where things go sometimes for the sense of making money, even for building up rematches or, for playing with Vegas and allowing Vegas to kind of get involved with it. You know how the boxing game is. It's a lawless game, man. Real corrupt, the most corrupt sport in the world, man. It's just always going to be that way. But I do understand what you're saying. That would make sense to have that kind of experience. That kind of experience sitting there judging a fight would make the biggest difference in the world. You know what I mean? 2 Cents said he just showed he's still a prospect. I think he did. I think he showed some prospect energy. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think what happened with Ben Whitaker is Ben Whitaker got caught up in the moment, right? He knew that Riyhad season was a big opportunity for him. And he didn't want to play with his opportunity. But I think what he let slip his mind is that his playful energy, they were comparing him to the Prince Nassim, right? The Drunken Master, like Pernell Whitaker. You know what I mean? The things that they were comparing him to was what got him to the big stage. And for him to, leave that thing back at his house and decide that he was going to become this disciplined, fundamentally sound boxer, put him at a disadvantage in the fight. It really gave Liam Cameron what he needed to have this fight be more in his realm, a normal fight. I think if you'd have brought that unorthodox energy, really would have frustrated, would have played mental games with Liam, and also he would have landed a lot of shots and ultimately probably been able to stop Liam in the latter rounds. Took him into like the 7th, 8th round. Between 7 and 9 round, could have probably stopped him or at least sat him on his pockets. I think the next time he goes into this fight, we see a lot of the old version of himself. I do still think that Ben Whitaker is a very skilled fighter, and he brings a lot of intangibles to the ring that not everybody else can bring to the ring, right? He brings those intangibles to the ring. So he just needs to not have an identity crisis. And a lot of fighters do this, right? The identity crisis. All of a sudden, you're somebody else. We obviously know the most recent in Devin Haney having identity crisis, but we've seen Deontay Wilder have an identity crisis. We've seen a lot of fighters that we've seen be successful in a very unorthodox way. All of a sudden, get an opportunity on the biggest show of their life, all of a sudden leave those unorthodox intangibles that they have and try to become fundamentally sound and, leave their best weapons at home. Shout out to Boxing Hacker putting some color in the chat. I appreciate you, King. Ben Whitaker came in as Itachi from Naruto. Okay, all right. But then the brother left in a wheelchair. LOL. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't see where his ankle got hurt. He knew his opponent was God, so he boxed him. That was smart. Yeah, man. He took the opportunity. I saw an interview with Liam Cameron earlier today, in the UK, and he said it was real interesting because Frazier Clark looked like he got his jaw broke, a big dent put in his head, but he walked out the ring on his feet. But Liam, Ben Whitaker rolled out the ring real quick. We didn't even see where his ankle got hurt and homie left in a wheelchair. There was some acting in there, I think is what it comes down to, right? Like, even if you got your leg hurt, it wasn't hurt so bad that you couldn't walk. How and when? When did it get that hurt where you couldn't walk, right? Somebody could have went under your armpit and you could have been limping. You know what I mean? That was a lot of drama, a lot of soap opera energy going on there. But look, it worked. It ended up being a draw. Obviously, Ben Whitaker wasn't feeling that he could continue, whether it was because of the ankle, whether it was because he felt like that Liam was hitting him with some clean shots that he wasn't expecting. Maybe his legs wasn't under him. Liam Cameron said that Ben Whitaker initiated that clinch and also held on to him and flipped him over the rope, fell back with him and held him and flipped over the rope. Like, Ben Whitaker pretty much put that play in to get out of that fight. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I'll tell you what, Riyhad season with Turki Al-Sheikh, you're going to fight somebody who can beat you. You're going to fight somebody who can beat you. And I know that there's this narrative going on, and I've heard content creators saying it. Yeah, I keep telling you, fighters, Turki setting these fighters up. He's sending them over to Riyhad season. They keep getting beat. Y'all keep going over there if y'all want. That shit sounds weird to me, right? Like, what does that mean that somebody's setting you up to get beat? Like, what is he setting you up with the Bionic Man, like with Superman, with the X-Man? Like, isn't it a boxer? You're supposed to be great. I think the right way to say it is that with Turki, you're going to fight a competitive fight. the matchmaking happening over there with Riyhad is based off styles, it's based off competitiveness, it's based off greatness, it's based off legacy, right? These are the things that Turkey's bringing to the table. So when you go over there, you're going to fight somebody who's going to fight you back. You're not going to be up against somebody who you're supposed to beat just to build your status up, just to build your record up, to pad you up, to make you look like something that you're not, just to entertain the fans, right? If you're watching a Riyhad season card, you're watching it because what entertains you is competitive boxing, not because you're going to go see your favorite fighter knock somebody out or whatever have you. You're going to be caught up in the competition of it all. And that's what Turkey brings to the table, and he's trying a lot of guys true. Ask Jared Anderson. Obviously, Ben Whitaker's another example. Ask Raymond Ford. You can go down the list of fighters who came in who were like stars in their own right, but fought fighters that maybe nobody didn't hear about like that and end up getting beat up, right? It happens. It happens. So people have to get out their feelings when it comes to the conversation of competition. People have to get out their feelings when it comes to protecting their O's. That's not what Turkey's going to do. Turkey's going to give you some money, but he's going to give you some money to fight, not to just go beat somebody up and put a show on the stage, right? Let's see here. Ty Morris says that the narrative just comes off odd to me. Makes me wonder how much they dislike Big Turk. Ty, I'll tell you one better. The narrative comes off odd to me. It makes me wonder how much do they like boxing or not. That's what I think. How many of these casual fans who have been made fans by these content creators who are leading the pack, right? Schooling these people as to what's important or not, pushing fake narratives like titles don't matter. And it don't matter if you like a fighter, it don't matter who he fights, right? You should just be happy just to see him fight. These are all BS narratives. That's what has the situation going on with Tank Davis right now, right? Where he's getting this pushback from the boxing space right now. And look, I got a lot of respect for Tank Davis. I'm a big fan of Tank Davis, right? I'm a big fan of him. I don't care what anybody says. I think I'm a bigger fan than most of the people who say I'm a hater of Tank Davis. But I want to see him fight in a competitive fight. I want to see him fight in a fight where he can lose. Where I want to see him show the world why he's great. But the narrative gets pushed out that we just want to see Tank lose. You know, you got some people who will boldly tell you, Tank, why should Tank go over to Riyhad? He's going to go over there and then he's going to lose. Y'all just want to see him lose. Like, they'll say it now. They have no problem saying it, right? So that's the narrative that's getting pushed out here with Turkey and his cards and how competitive they are. And it's pathetic, to be honest with you. But I think a lot of content creators are exposing themselves. It's all good, brother. You know what I mean? They're going to keep on exposing themselves, keep on talking. After a while, people stop listening, right? That's how it goes. J.R. Sparks said, Claymore Rain, exactly. DeMarcus Hill, thank you for putting some color in the chat. I appreciate you, King. Beterbiev would KO David in the late rounds. David Benavidez, I think that would be a real interesting fight. Maybe, maybe not. I can see where you're coming from, though, DeMarcus, no doubt. Yo, salute Ray Davis in the building. I don't know. He got his mic kind of muted right now. I don't know. I don't see him right now, so let's put him down for a second. Let's see what happens. Salute Rigo Z-Type. Boom, 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 boom. Peace, y'all. Maybe he's getting ready to leave. I don't know. Salute Ray. Salute Ray. Yeah, Beterbiev would KO David in late rounds. Maybe. I think David Benavidez has to show me something in his next fight. You know, the fight that he's got with David Morrell is going to be a very telling fight. Me personally, I'm reserving my opinion until later because I know that that David Benavidez had some injuries going into his first fight against Vosnik. I believe him. I don't know of other people who don't believe him, but I do want to see how, you know, if he acclimates to the division a little bit better in his next fight against David Morrell before I make up my mind on how he looks challenging either Beterbiev or Bivol. But I see where you're coming from, DeMarcus, for sure. If he can't get Beterbiev out early, he gets KO'd. But look, David Benavidez has been known for having great conditioning. Let's be honest. He's been known for having great conditioning. Same thing is Beterbiev to a degree, letting his hands go. You know, his amount of punches, the punch output is a high output, just like Beterbiev. So I don't know. And does that power translate? Rumor has it that Bivol caught the bad half of some sparring sessions from David Benavidez, right? There's stories there about that. So, you know, it is what it is. Shout out to Rick Tim. Salute, King. Salute, man. Salute. What's good? What's good? What's good? I think Ray's back. I don't see his mic is mute. Ray, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, salute,
You hear
salute,
me?
salute. Yeah,
Yeah,
we hear
peace,
you.
everybody. Yeah, I didn't realize I had the mic mute, man. That's on me, man. I am getting ready, though. You know what I mean? I'm getting ready, but at the same time, I just wanted to come and say peace to the troops. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Everybody here staying firm. It's great conversation, Clay. It was a great fight this weekend. I don't know why people aren't talking about it. All they talk about is other things that we tired of hearing.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a great event. Yeah, I like what you said about the Bivol and Bivol and Beterbiev fight. That was pretty cool. Whitaker, yeah, we don't know what that is. We'll figure that out later. But aside from that, man, everything's moving great, man. Just got in the house and I'm about to head out to work, as you said. So, I got about 10 minutes before I head out. I just wanted to like I said, chime in with everybody. Stay in the back listening.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, man. All right, man. So I'll keep spitting. You can hang back or do whatever you do if you feel like tapping in, or if you're about to leave, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll put it on mute. You got it.
No doubt, no doubt. So yeah, let me see. I had a couple of things here that I got so much stuff to talk about, guys. I'm not going to even lie to you, man. So much stuff, but I did want to get that Beterbiev and that Bivol conversation out the way because I know a lot of people feel some kind of way about it. As far as a robbery is concerned, I just can't subscribe to that. I don't understand how a fight could be a close fight and a robbery. This is me. I just don't feel like that. You know what I mean? When you're dealing with judges, you're dealing with people who have different styles of boxing that they appreciate, different things that they like, things that they don't like that much, things that they value, things that they don't value that much. You got three of them. One of them thought it was a tie. You know what I'm saying, was a draw, which I thought was fair. The other one scored 115, 113. I thought that was a fair scorecard. There was a lot of swing rounds in there. And, although I had it for Bivol, I had no problem with that judge going for Beterbiev. The 116, 112, I do agree. I feel like I didn't agree with that card, but at the same time, if you can give one swing round away, you can give two swing rounds away. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? If you can give one swing round away, you can give two swing rounds away. So it's just 1 round difference. Rematch is the most important thing that I walked away from that. Rematch was definitely the most important thing that I walked away from that. Now, I got a question for the heavyweight division. If we can move the goalposts a little bit or move the needle, let's keep it moving and talk about Fabio Wardley and Frazier Clark, right? Frazier Clark and Fabio Wardley. Now, Fabio Wardley looked exceptional, big puncher, right? Welcome to the heavyweight division, guys, right? Any given Sunday, everybody's punching in the heavyweight division. Everybody's putting that kind of work in the heavyweight division, right? But now that it's said and done, Frazier Clark's been stopped in a great dominating fashion in the first round. Who is Fabio Wardley right now in this heavyweight division? Who is he? Did he move up the ranks? Who should he be fighting next? Should he be there in those conversations with the Philip Ergoviches and the Joseph Parkers and the Daniel Dubois and the Ajit Caballels and those kind, Martin Bacoli? Should he be in that conversation, or is he still out of his league? I would even think about seeing him potentially against a Jared Anderson or I could see him in these kind of fights. What do you guys think about that? Michael Hunter, exactly. Michael Hunter's a great fight for him as well. You know what I mean? He can go get knocked out by Bacoli. Yeah. Bacoli's probably the dark horse of the whole heavyweight division right now. Let's be honest. Bacoli's probably the dark horse. Him and Daniel Dubois, obviously. It's almost like don't put them in the ring together yet. You want to build those guys up because that's a super fight, big fight that could happen. Right, Daniel Dubois versus Martin Bacoli. But where does Fabio Wardley now? Fabio Wardley does not have a big amateur background, right? Give him a guy his own size for Ajit will probably beat Bacoli. I think that's going to be an interesting fight. Ajit Caballel is a great boxer, bro, and I think they don't talk about him the way they're supposed to talk about him. He's a great boxer, bro. But I don't know. Bacoli is. He's really just like a phenom almost, right? To a degree, right? Like that jab, the way he comes forward, he's kind of like that George Foreman energy. It's going to be interesting to see Ajit Caballel get up under those punches and attack Bacoli in a way to where he's hitting and not getting hit. Because I don't think you just don't want to sit there getting hit by Bacoli. I think Ajit Caballel is probably going to be attacking that body and keeping that a super mid-range fight. as much as he can, stay on top of Okolie, overwhelm him with power. He did it with the Russian Mike Tyson, right? He was able to get under what was his what was his name? I can't remember his name. I know it starts with an M, like Beterbiev or something like that. He was able to get under those shots, but that guy really wasn't that much of a skilled boxer like that. He pretty much got exposed in his next fight too, lost his next fight. But Ajit was able to expose Frank Sanchez, somebody who's probably a better boxer coming from that Cuban style background in boxing. But Frank Sanchez, people ain't gonna want to speak about it. We don't make excuses in boxing. Frank Sanchez had some knee issues. His mobility was kind of affected a little bit in that fight. He wasn't able to move the way he liked to move, right? He had to kind of fight in a different way, but still a great win for Ajit Kabayel. Stopped him the same way he stopped Russian Mike Tyson with that body attack. So I expect him to come at Martin Okolie the same way. It's going to be interesting to see it. Let's see here. Big Baby, 2 cents. You feel like Big Baby Miller? Yeah. I think actually that's a great fight. Big Baby Miller versus Fabio Wardley. I think that's a great fight. Let's see. Let me see here. Roscott still talking about those last 2 rounds. Some people in this chat don't know how to score fights. Yo, Roscott, the fights are decided in the last 2 rounds if it's even up to the last 2 rounds. If you have the fight even to the last 2 rounds, then it's decided in the last 2 rounds, right? No? Let's see. Greg Gambino, fast forward, big dude. I was surprised watching them for the first time. They were just kind of going at it, and Frazier Clark really just seemed like he had a hard time establishing that distance and being effective. Fabio Wardley kind of just took off round 13. Basically, I think he realized in that rematch, like from that first match, how to approach it in the second match, which is why I bring up what happened between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. If they continue it to round 13, did Artur Beterbiev get the information he needs to carry it over to a round 13, you know what I mean, to the next fight and ultimately start putting that pressure on Dmitry early? Now, Dmitry, whatever Artur Beterbiev's success he found in those last championship rounds, a lot of it had to do with Dmitry Bivol's conditioning, right? The fact that he was tired from doing all that work in the first half of the fight. Well, if you approach Dmitry Bivol in the first half of the fight the way you approached Dmitry Bivol in the latter half of the last fight, you're not fighting the same Dmitry Bivol, right? Things that need to be taken into consideration, right? So it'll be an interesting fight one way or the other for sure. Let's see. The fight wasn't even. That's the issue. Yeah, I guess. I mean, Moses needs more experience. Yeah, Moses Atuma, not yet. Moses Atuma, I'd like to see him probably in there with like a Frank Sanchez, or I wouldn't mind to see Moses. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Moses Atuma in there with a Jared Anderson, though. What do you guys think about Moses Atuma versus Jared Anderson? I think that's a decent fight. You know what I mean? Shout out to Turkey, though. So the heavyweight division, we're going to see a lot of great fights. I want Moses versus Torres. That would be a great fight as well. Teach, very good fight. Moses against Torres is a very good fight. That's a decent fight right there. I think both those guys are right in the same chapter of their career where it would be time to see Torres start fighting some, stepping up the level of competition that he's getting in the ring with. And Moses Atuma looks like he's getting fast tracked. They want to see Moses move up and do the work right now. Moses Atuma's like the Mike Tyson a little bit of the division, uncrowned, right, with the way he carries it. Yeah, JR, him and Jared would be a great fight. That's a good scrap. Let's see, Beterbiev. D-Rod is in the chat. We are here, bro. We all here, dog. We all here. Let me see. Love Moses. Jared Moses versus Torres sounds really fun. 100%. The heavyweight division looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we got somebody behind the heavyweight division in Turkey. I think we're about to start seeing a lot of great heavyweight fights. It just feels like the heavyweight division is about to make another, like they're getting their second win, like they're about to make a comeback again. The heavyweight division is about to be up there again, man. It's about to be up there. Moses ain't scared. Luis Ortiz KO'd Charles Martin, and Martin gave Anderson problems. So how is KOing Anderson impressive? Luis Ortiz KO'd Charles Martin. Truth. And Martin gave Anderson problems. He definitely did. So how is KOing Anderson impressive? For who? Martin Bakole, DeMarcus? Is that what you're saying? That it wasn't impressive that Martin Bakole KO'd Anderson? I don't think it was impressive. I don't think it was the greatest feat in the world to knock out Anderson. I think it was a great look because Jared Anderson was starting to build up his name. I think more importantly, it exposed Jared Anderson to himself and his team to let him know that he wasn't ready for the big show, right? But I think me personally, I thought Martin Bakole was going to go in there and do exactly what he did. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought Martin Bakole was going to go in there and do exactly what he did. I wasn't surprised at the way it ended. It was more like a I told you so from my perspective from how that fight went. But Martin Bakole did use Jared Anderson's head and bounce it off the canvas to let the division know that he came in, that he's here, and he's here for it all. And he showed the world what a lot of fighters already know about him. He has a lot of sparring history with a lot of these big fighters, the Tyson Furies, Anthony Joshua's. He's got a lot of sparring history with these champions, so they kind of know already who he is. Let's see here. Ray Davis, Clay, it's saying that boxing goes the way of the heavyweight division. 100%, Ray. 100%. Yeah, what's up, Ray? Okay, maybe he's not. Maybe I kind of got him off guard here. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. JR Spark, 30 years later, the heavyweight division exciting again. Took a while. Yeah, JR. Ross Clot, Boxing Hacker, me, too. And it was more close than Bivol versus Beterbiev. Okay, I didn't see where that came from, so it is what it is. But, yeah, I think Fabio Wardley doesn't have the experience, though, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I need to see him in some more fights. I like Fabio Wardley against Jarrell Big Baby Miller, though. I think that's right. I think that's right up Jarrell Big Baby Miller's lane, and I think that's a fight that Fabio Wardley can do comfortably, right? I like it. How about Wardley versus Andy Ruiz? I was thinking about that as well. I think that would be a great fight. I have no pushback at that fight. Andy Ruiz is at a place in his career, though, I would think to where he'd want to go up. He'd be looking to, go up in competition. He's looking for the big show. He wants to be a champion. I think Fabio Wardley is a big risk for him. Does he want to take that risk? I don't know if I would if I was him. Fabio punching like hella crazy, bro. I don't know if I'd want to do it. It depends on the money, I guess, right? Maybe not. I don't know. But Fabio Wardley, definitely another name in the bag right now in the heavyweight division. He probably wasn't there before he did what he did Saturday night, even though we saw what he did with their first fight, but he really made a statement for himself. How about Jared Anderson versus Jarrell Miller? Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that's an obvious fight that people want to see. The big baby versus the big baby, right? The fight for the big baby name. So, yeah, no problem with that fight at all, Gerald Spark. No doubt at all. No problem with that fight. What else fights we had on that card? Because I do want to get into some other fights as well. Oh, you know who really showed out on that card? Shout out to Scott Nicholson, right? Scott Nicholson showed improved. I always kind of questioned her because I always wondered, like, what would happen if she really got in the ring with a real puncher. But she's just shown that her hit and not get hit style of boxing, that she's really a problem for anybody she gets in the ring with. Like, I could see her being a problem for Lisa Baumgardner, and I could see her being a problem for Amanda Serrano. I don't know what you guys think about her, but she really impressed me Saturday night. She really impressed me with her boxing IQ, with her ability to move around that ring. She really understands this sport when it comes to that. She really does understand the sport. Let's see here. McCauley called on the essence of Wakanda to beat Jared Anderson. Yeah, he did, boy. Yeah, he did, boy. He had that vibranium going on, boy. That was a damn Black Panther for sure. I don't like Sky. She's choreographed, circles the ring like a robot. Teach, you know something? I felt like that a little bit earlier watching her, but Saturday she really impressed me. I think a lot of people are going to have a hard time dealing with her, man. I'm telling you, I want to see, at this point, I'm ready to see her in the big show. I'm ready to see her against Amanda Serrano or against Alicia Baumgardner. I think the competition has to, the women's boxing is really a fast track type of sector in the boxing. They don't have like a whole lot of fighters to fight against. I don't want to see her in there with no more journeymen at this point, or journey women, whatever have you. At this point, I want to see her in the ring with the killers. I want to see her jumping at some titles and jumping at some generational talent. Let me see here. Jai Opatai definitely showed that he's running the whole entire cruiserweight division. I don't know who's going to do it. Honestly, I could see Jai Opatai do maybe 1 or 2 more fights. If he's not trying to unify and become a unified or undisputed champion at cruiserweight, it might be about time for him to start looking at the heavyweight division a little bit. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think. Respect to Turkey for all these. Give credit where it's due. 100% ordinary. And they mad at Turkey, but let them be mad, man. Listen, these content creators, bro, who have made their whole entire platform based off of what PBC does or what 1 or 2 fighters. Listen, bro, I can tell you right now, I have no more interest in that kind of stuff, right? I want to see boxing across the board. I want to see the best fight the best, and Turkey's bringing us that. And the best fighting the best isn't an American fighter fighting an American fighter at all times. It's not a black fighter fighting a Mexican fighter all the times, or vice versa, or a black fighter fighting a black fighter. It's the best fighter fighting the best fighter, which could be overseas. He could be in Europe. He could be in Japan, right? He could be in Argentina and South America somewhere. He could be anywhere. So that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. And I'm down to see all that. I'm not here for all the affirmative action energy or the black fighter energy, bro. That's not where it's for, bro. You want to handle some black activist meetings, go protest, go join Black Lives Matter, go figure it out. You know what I mean? In the spaces where it is there. This is boxing, bro. Boxing is an international sport, and I want to see my fighters be the best in the world, not just the best in Texas or in Baltimore or in California or in the eastern coast of the United States or the western coast or the southern coast or Canada. Or I want to see him everywhere on the planet, bro. Period. He looks like for the heavyweight division, Teach. Yeah, but he's cutting weight, Teach. He's cutting weight for that cruiserweight division. I can see him comfortably sitting at like 230, 225. Mike Tyson was you know what I'm saying, wasn't that heavy of a heavyweight, wasn't that heavy of a fighter for the heavyweight division, but he was dominating in his time. I could see Jai Opetaia giving a lot of problems out there. He punches hard, man, and he got that killer mentality. You think 245 plus for a natural heavyweight? Okay. Let's see here. Rick Timms, Turkey uploaded the Beterbiev versus Bivol fight almost immediately after it ended. Hours later, salute indeed to him for putting on these shows. Man, if you like boxing, you are appreciative of what Turkey's bringing to the table. Don't let nobody fool you guys, man. Don't let nobody fool you guys. Your favorite content creator this morning should have been talking about a great card on Saturday. Should have been talking about a great fight between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev this morning. That's what they should have been talking about. If they weren't talking about that, then they don't like boxing like they telling you they do. Because there's nothing to throw rocks at. There's nothing to throw rocks at, bro. One thing has nothing to do with the other thing. What the PBC's doing and what Turkey's doing have nothing to do with each other. Keeping in mind, of course, that it seems like the PBC's already been in conversations with Turkey about doing certain things, have already given fights to Turkey to put together. So they don't have a problem with it. Don't let a content creator put a battery in your back or some idea in your mind that what you saw on Saturday was bad for boxing. Stop it. That's just nonsense. I don't even know how they could sell you that bullshit. I don't even know how they could do it. But if somehow they are in your head having you think that way, stop fooling yourself. Stop fooling yourself. Let's see here. Boxing Hacker, not to mention some of these content creators be pocket watching like crazy. 100%, man. 100%. Trying to figure out how people are spending their money. I'm even hearing rumors about me. You know what I mean? How I'm getting money or something like that, and how I'm spending money or something like that. Like, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. And I don't got the energy. I don't got the energy to respond or, yeah, bro, I couldn't do it, man. They're just going to have to believe whatever they believe. They can carry whatever narrative they want to carry. I'm good with it. I'm okay with it. I ain't tripping. So let's move along. Riyhad season was a winner. Can't wait for the next. I think the next Riyhad season event's going to be Latino night. That's going to be a great card. Do you think that Eddie Hearn curses? Oh, God, Teach. Oh, man, Eddie's having a horrible year, bro. Woo. I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not really into that curse stuff, but there is something about consistency. Patterns are patterns. They are what they are. Eddie's having a horrible year with his fighters, man. He's having a horrible year with his Let me see. Ring, slinging, zoom, zooms, and wham whams. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, Suzanne's a lot of that. Exactly. You know what I mean? Eddie Hearn's, yeah, he's having some bad luck, man. He's having some bad luck. Is he cursed? Is his fighters cursed? I don't know. I mean, the Bivol fight was a robbery, according to a lot of people, so that maybe that doesn't count. Listen, man, Eddie Hearn is putting his best fighters out there to compete against the best, and this is what happens. Right? This goes to show you what kind of matchmaking is happening inside of these promotional companies, what these promoters are doing with their fighters. And with the way Turkey's running it, he's offering a lot of money and a lot of opportunity for promoters and fighters alike, but it's not coming for free. You got to really be him. You got to be really, even Terrence Crawford, my favorite fighter, he's got to be wary. He can't think that, he can't think that. He's a fighter. He's supposed to think that. But I won't be, if he loses, he loses. That's part of the game, right? But at least he'll lose against the best. He's not losing against some bum or somebody who he was supposed to beat hands down. He's fighting somebody who really could fight, right? Let's see here. Karen could beat Boots next. Ouch. Oh. Boots, be careful. Eddie's bad juju right now. I'll tell you what, if Boots loses, I want to see it. I don't want to see him lose like I want to see it, but I'm saying that I already know a fight where Boots loses is a great fight, right? Because how great Boots is. So if Boots loses a fight, how great is Karen going to be? Does that mean? That's a fight you want to see. But yeah, ouch. I definitely don't want to. Boots should be careful, man. He should be careful. But maybe Boots breaks the curse, and then after that, it goes the other way. It starts to head in the other direction. I'm still here trying to campaign and convince people to push the Golden Boy versus Matchroom 5-on-5, the 5v5, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that happen, bro. So Eddie need to break that curse. Shakur need to watch out too, right? Shakur done broke his hand. You guys might be right. There might be something going on with Eddie Hearn, man. The juju might be bad on him, bro. The juju might be bad. Shakur hurt himself in the gym. Anthony Joshua got laid out. He lost the 5v5. Eddie lost the 5v5, right? Now we got Boots got a fight coming up. You know what I mean? We just saw Bivol lose a fight, even though most people don't feel like he lost a fight. Damn, bro. Ouch. Yeah, let's hope. Pray for you, Eddie. I hope everything works out for you, brother. I know we've been working hard to try to, make this surge this year, this resurgence this year, while the PBC's kind of been like resting dormant a little bit, champion in recess, we can call them the PBC right now, right? But it hasn't been working too well for him. He didn't just lose, he got swept. Yeah, bro. That 5v5. Ouch, indeed. Eddie. Frank Warren, on the other hand, he's doing great. Right? Shoot, even Ben Whitaker. Where does Ben Whitaker fight at, guys? Is he part of Queensberry? Where's Ben Whitaker fight for? I don't think he's an Eddie Hearn fighter. Is he a matchroom fighter? Is Ben Whitaker a matchroom fighter? I know that Liam Cameron is a Queensberry fighter. The guy who Ben was fighting. No, it is what it is. It is what it is. Guys, let's move it because we got some fights coming up. You guys know Rafael Espinosa versus Robeisy Ramirez. Well, no, let's not go there. Let's continue with Terrence a little bit. So Terrence and Tim Tszyu. Terrence and Tim Tszyu an interesting situation because Sebastian Fundora, the whole entire 154-pound championship part of that division has been very funny style. Very funny style, right? We got Sebastian Fundora sitting on a WBO and a WBC title. We have Terrence Crawford sitting on a WBA and a WBO interim title. We've got Tim Tszyu getting ready to fight Murray Italia, whatever his name, Murray Italia. You know who I'm talking about. Tim's about to fight him for that IBF title. And what's been floating around is that we know that Terrence Crawford is a mandatory to that WBO title that Sebastian Fundora is sitting on. But we saw the PBC stick their nose into it, push Errol Spence into the conversation, a guy who just came off of a dominant loss against Terrence Crawford, and put him right into a title in title contention, right? Give him an opportunity to become a unified champion by challenging Sebastian Fundora. But you guys know where I stand on Sebastian Fundora. I think he's the most awkward style fight for anybody in the 154-pound weight class division fight against. And I don't think it's a fight that you take lightly. He can give problems to anybody just based off the physical attributes he brings to the ring. And it seems like Terrence Crawford may be like wiggling his way out of having to fight Sebastian Fundora, but still keeping that WBO mandatory. And it looks like him and Turkey are plotting on trying to do a fight with Tim Tszyu. If Tim Tszyu is able to walk away with that victory, which most people I think are favoring him to walk away with that victory, supposedly somewhere between $38 to $40 million on the table, where each fighter would walk away with, you know, a piece of that $40 million, whether it's 50-50 or 70-30 or whatever the number is going to be. What do you guys think about that? And who is Spence's trainer? No doubt, 2 cents. That's another part of the conversation, because everybody's plotting on, supposedly now Spence and Fundora is sealed in, it's locked away. Supposedly that fight is definitely happening. They haven't given any dates, but supposedly that fight is getting ready to happen. That's going to be the fight that's going to happen, which is another conversation we can have, because I'm really wondering about Errol Spence's chances in this fight against Sebastian Fundora. You guys let me know what you think. I think this no tune-up thing, and this new trainer, whoever it's going to be, Errol Spence, towards the end of his career, right when he got, well, not towards the end of the career, what am I talking about? But before he started fighting Terrence Crawford, I say about 2 to 3 fights before that, he kind of became one-dimensional, in my opinion, right? Maybe even 3 to 4 fights before that became one-dimensional. Jab, 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 level change, body attack, right? Body attack, pressure, pressure, pressure. Break the opponent in front of him. And Terrence Crawford showed that wasn't going to work with him on that. Is that going to work with him and Sebastian Fundora? I don't know. Let me see. PBC, all these bodies playing politics. PBC can force the WBA Mando. WBO favors Bud 100%. Spence gets his shit against Fundora. Okay. His shot against Fundora 100%. Teach. I hope Bud playing chess with his decision, but it's looking kind of suspect. It is looking suspect, but it's not. Like, it's looking suspect, but I understand where Bud's coming from. Look, ain't nothing wrong with keeping it 100 with a problem, right? Ain't nothing wrong with keeping it 100 with a problem. Sebastian Fundora is a Rubik's Cube. He's something to figure out, right? He's something to figure out. Just like any other fighter, you can say that if you want to, but I think 6'6", 80-inch plus arm reach. I think that's a different type of issue in comparison to other issues. And I'm sure Terrence Crawford can do a nice 3 to 5 month camp and figure that up and get in the ring with Sebastian Fundora and probably walk away with a victory. But it's a lot of work. I'm sure it's a lot easier to deal with somebody closer to your height and closer to your size, somebody who, you know, what you've already been doing can kind of work against. So, you know, him getting out of fighting Sebastian Fundora, chess not checkers, man. Hopefully Errol can walk away with that victory, do what he said he came to do, and that puts Terrence Crawford in a way to be a unified IBF and WBA champion and still be a mandatory for a WBO belt that Errol Spence will be sitting on if he beats Sebastian Fundora, and then boom, we have Undisputed, and we also have the rematch of Hagler Hearns again, right? We have the rematch, right? Big money in the bank for everybody. Turkey Al, she can get behind that. Yeah, just great opportunities. So strategically speaking, just on paper, Terrence Crawford is kind of moving like a G right now. Let's be honest. Ray said maybe he can beat Fundora. The right hook is there to be landing on Fundora as he throws the jab. Let me see. Somebody's an orthodox fighter can land that shot. Errol should be able to. The question is activity. Okay, Ray. No doubt. EJ equals Mikey Garcia. Mr. Big Play. Boxing Hacker says, I don't think Fundora can box like that. I think he just has physical attributes with his height. Yeah, Boxing Hacker, but I mean, those attributes are an issue. They're an issue, man. And he punches hard, too. I saw Tim touching Fundora more and more before the injury. He was going to get him up out of there. I'll give Errol a chance. Surely give Bud a shot versus him. Oh, yeah. There's a way. Fundora is not the Terminator. You know what I mean? He's not the Terminator, but he's a do I need to fight him kind of fighter. Like, do I need to fight him right now? He's awkward. He's awkward. Fundora fights at one pace and one style all night. He's just a freak show. 100% 2 cents. Warrior Class. Errol Spence is going to end up in the trilogy Penitentiary 3 movie. He might get beat by Fundora, the Towering Inferno. 100% Warrior Class. Shout out to Penitentiary 3. Oh man, Teach, do you think it's justified if Fundora gets stripped for not fighting the top 15 person in the WBO? Well, no, I think Terrence Crawford is allowing that to be what it is, Teach, right? He's allowing that fight to happen. The WBO isn't going to strip Fundora. They're letting that fight happen. I heard some funny music though that potentially, if Fundora fights Errol Spence, that the WBO title won't be on the line. I don't know if you guys heard that the WBO title, like the WBO is not sanctioning that because Errol Spence doesn't rank in the WBO and it's coming off of a loss. That's what I'm hearing rumors about. Don't quote me. Too sweet. Warrior Class. Fundora throws away his reach advantage. But Rick, in his last fight against Tim Tszyu, he was playing with the reach advantage a little bit. He was playing with the jab a little bit. He ended up giving in a lot of times and getting into some mid-range situations that he shouldn't be in. And like you said, he was getting pieced up by Tim Tszyu in those moments. But if you look at Gabrielle Fundora in her last fight, I don't remember who she fought, but she was using her distance a lot more. She was staying out. She was working behind that jab. I think Fundora and his father found success in that fight with Tim Tszyu. And when they look back at that video, they have to acknowledge that we were successful when we fought this way. This is when we started. This is where you got the bloody nose from. This is where you were getting punched on by staying mid-range. I wouldn't be shocked to see Fundora standing behind that jab and making it a little bit more of a difficult fight when he fights against Errol Spence, especially knowing how dangerous Errol Spence can be on the mid-range, knowing that that's his best chance is to keep this fight mid-range, attack that body, and ultimately set up something for a level change when he goes upstairs and gives him that good night, Irene, right? Let's see, WBC number 1 ranked fighter. That's the rumor I'm hearing now. If he doesn't fight a top 15 person in WBO, he will get stripped. That's interesting. Tom Morris said, I heard rumors that, but not from the WBO just yet. Okay. Working all day, guys. Up since 4:30 this morning. They will pay to get those belts on the line. It's boxing. Make it enough. All right, 2 cents. All right, 2 cents. I hear you. So that's what it sounds like. It sounds like Terrence Crawford and Tim Tszyu are trying to coordinate something. And of course, Teofimo's in the background crying and screaming for an opportunity to get a shot at Terrence Crawford and a shot at greatness. I don't understand why he's not making better fights happen at 140 or why he's not chasing somebody at 147. It's hard for me to take Teofimo seriously nowadays. I'm going to be honest with you. But I know Terrence is taking him serious in a way that I don't think Teo wants to be taken serious. I think he wanted to be taken serious in a different way. And it looks like he's getting some attention that he probably doesn't want. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see what happens with Teo. But 38 to 40 million on the line for Tim Tszyu and Terrence. That's just about right. Teo got, 2 cents. Teo, he's asking for something I don't think he really wants, man. I think he's kind of playing the game in a bad way for himself. But we'll see what he does. Let's see what else we got here. We got Kamaru Moulton. Kamaru Moulton fought on Danny Garcia's promotional the promotion that he's running in Philadelphia. Just fought this weekend. Great fight. Put the dude away like in the first round. But my question is, what's going on with Kamaru Moulton Mayweather Promotions? Are they working with the PBC or aren't they working with the PBC? I mean, what's stopping them from putting Kamaru Moulton on this free card in Florida with Tim Tszyu? Why wouldn't he be on the card? I know he has issues with Tank Davis, but there's other opportunities and other PBC cards that Kamaru Moulton should be able to jump on. Why is Kamaru Moulton performing on all these different platforms outside of the PBC? Don't you guys think that's weird? That's kind of weird, I think. I think that's kind of weird. Let me see here. PBC will take the chance on Tim Tszyu winning and locking up all those belts at 54. No doubt. Teo should call out Boots. Yeah, Teo should call out somebody who he could fight. Stop calling people out who don't want to fight you, bro. It just seems like you real thirsty for attention. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. Al Heyman is sick. I got to watch the Junko Nakatani fight. I heard he put that guy out in the 6th round. Let me see. He's definitely not working with the PBC. Floyd is working with the zone. Exactly, boxing hacker. I think that's interesting, man. I don't know, man. It's not looking too bright for the PBC, bro. It's not looking too bright for the PBC, man. I don't know, man. Especially with rumors right now of Al Heyman being sick. Jamal Charlo talking about Al Heyman is sick. It's not looking good. Tim Tszyu isn't a PBC fighter. He is a PBC fighter when he fights in the States. Warrior Class 3. Everybody seems to forget Fundora busted up Lubin badly, throwing bombs downhill. Plus, Fundora can fight on the inside. Spencer got exposed by Bud. Bud gave the blueprint. No doubt. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to put the link in the chat, guys, because I am getting a little tired, and I'm trying not to be tired. Maybe one of you guys could keep me up. Keep me up. Let's see what else we got here. Content creators mad. Yeah, bro. Let's get into that Rafael Espinosa Robeisy Ramirez fight. I don't remember the date that it's coming up, but I know it's getting ready to come up very shortly. I think in November, early November. Rafael Espinosa versus. Let me pull that up. Let me not speculate too much on that. Right. Let's see here. Inoue versus Tsami coming up. Let's see. Do. Events. Do they have a date for that yet? Ray Davis says, I nominate Rick Timms. I kind of like the way Moulton is being moved. It looks like he's being given the time to develop as a pro and not being rushed into stardom. No doubt, he's staying busy. They're keeping him busy, but I am interested in finding out where he's going to end up sitting down, where his home is going to be, because he's kind of floating around right now. He's definitely kind of floating around right now. When is this fight supposed to happen here? Let's see. Check one more spot. Robeisy. I will be powerful. I mean, reacting better be rating him number 5. Canelo. Devin. I'm trying to find this Robeisy Ramirez news. Hold on. Let's see here. That fight is a big time fight though, guys. Robeisy Ramirez versus Rafael Espinosa. That fight last year was fight of the year, damn near. That fight's gonna be epic, and it's gonna say a lot until 126-pound weight class division, which I've been campaigning and letting you guys know is gonna be one of those divisions. 126 is about to be lit. Maybe that network flexibility will work into his advantage in the future. Yeah, Ty, it will. But I am interested in seeing where he ends up being, and I'm also interested in how this relationship between Floyd Mayweather and the PBC works, right? Because last time Floyd talked about his relationship with Al Heyman, he said if you talk about the PBC, just know that you're talking about him, right? Because whatever Al Heyman's involved in, he's involved in. Well, if that's the case, why would you have Kamaru Moulton in some small venue in Philadelphia under Danny Garcia's promotional outfit? I think that's weird. I'm even hearing rumors of him being on the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson undercard. That's weird. That's definitely weird. What is going on with Robeisy Ramirez, man? Hold on a second here. When are we expecting that fight? Carmel teams over Danny Garcia. Let's keep going. Nobody trying to come up and build with the kid on the stage, man. Nobody trying to come and build with the kid. I'm shocked Echo didn't come out tonight too, man. I wanted to really hear Echo's opinion on what he thought of that fight. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see here. Salute Boxing Happen. What's good? What's good, family?
What's up, Claymore? I had to jump on before I get off.
No doubt. No doubt.
Man.
No. Salute, man. Salute Bodega Tie. What's good with you guys?
What's up?
What's good? Yeah, man. What you guys think of the card this weekend?
Man, I loved it. It was funny. I mean, you had I even talked about this in a couple of other channels. You had Conor Benn jumping in the ring like a WWF fighter, looking like a Steven Seagal remake.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that perm in his hair, bro. I think he was out of pocket with that perm, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
That's the conclusion of when you put a texturizer in your hair and you forget the neutralizing cream,
Did he put the texture right? Was that or that just because I know his mother's white? So
you think his hair just
is that just who he is? Is that just what he is? I mean,
it might just be Moose. Yeah, it might be Moose. Maybe
he thought he was Bodega Ben.
Yo, he was killing it, bro. He was up in there looking like a whole damn issue, bro, like a whole gangster.
Pulled up with Neymar.
Man, he jumped there. So I felt like he jumped there right before the bell rang. I was like, where did this guy come from, man?
Because that was a setup. We all know that was a setup, and you could tell by the way Chris Eubanks was performing that he needed that knockout. Like he was trying his best to sell that fight. They had that little conversation the day before in the locker room. You know what I mean? And then of course in the ring, right then and there. The setup was there. Turkey was in there all of a sudden, right? Everybody was in the right place. Separate them. They did the little headlock where they put each other forehead to forehead.
So I don't know. Conor Benn looked a little crazy. I felt like he would have done it regardless. I feel like he's just that guy that he's a little bit he look a little bit off a little bit,
Yeah, he looked like he don't like Chris Eubanks. Who you guys think of winning that fight?
Man, the funny thing, I've been watching Conor Benn train and then I watch him fight, and it looks like two different people.
When he trains, he looks real fierce, like
a fierce killer. I'm like,
right,
like a baby Mike Tyson. Then when he fights, he's just like, oh, he's cool, he's good.
Yeah. And Chris looked good on Saturday night for the most part. I mean, he got hit a couple times, you know what I mean, but he was just letting his hands go. He's stopping that guy with a body shot like that.
I don't really know. I want to go with Conor Benn, but Chris Eubank looks like he has more size and height on Conor Benn.
100%. And what I'm hearing is, just finna fold rain, left that S curl in too long for sure.
Yeah, when I was young, I used to use an S curl, right? That's what happens when you comb. You put the cream on your hair and comb back into an S pattern. But if you keep combing, it's gonna turn straight, and that's what happens. That's exactly what it looks like when you comb your hair straight with S curl. You comb all the S's.
I'm going Conor Benn. I think that because they want Conor Benn to come up to 168. That's what the argument is, which I don't even understand. It's like that dude's barely punching hard at 147. What's he gonna do at 168? But I don't know, man. I just think that will is there, and that energy is there, that anger is there, that need to hurt Chris Eubanks' energy is there. He might put him down, bro. He might put him down, but I'm going closer with Chris Eubanks. I agree with you guys. I think he's just,
he's too big.
He's too big,
yeah.
And he's a puncher, low key. He's really a puncher.
I mean, but he's up and down. Like sometimes he looks good, sometimes but like I just think the size difference is gonna make a difference.
Yeah,
and Conor Benn doesn't strike me. I mean, he's a good fighter, but he strikes me as one of the special fighters that can overcome that.
No doubt. What'd you guys think of the Ben Whitaker situation? How'd you feel about that?
I told you, man, he came in like an anime character with the intro. The intro was lit, but then he rolled out of the wheelchair, man. I feel like he. I don't know. I can't put it on the man to say that he looked for an easy way out, but I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see where he hurt his ankle. It was funny as shit. Like the announcer was like, "I think the security guard hurt his ankle." I was like,
because they were trying to figure it out. They were like, at what point did his ankle get hurt? It must have been like in the separating them on the ground. Maybe, I don't know. It was kind of crazy looking.
It was crazy how it even happened. It reminds me of like WWF where they clothesline you.
Right, like the Royal Rumble.
Exactly what it looked like. Yeah.
Right. It looked weird, and I don't know. Going into the fight, What were you guys thinking that what were you expecting from Ben Whitaker? Was this going to be a great night for him? Were you guys on the Ben Whitaker train? Did you guys believe in him? Was he a great fighter?
I still believe he's still a good fighter. You know, I'm not. I mean, at the end of the day, like I think. I'm sorry if I'm taking the other guy's spaces, but like at the end of the day, like I think, people always say like I think people were just like thinking that he didn't do all that drunken master shit like he normally does. But I think if you look at him like him in totality, he's like an Olympic fighter. You know, he's a medalist, so I know he could box. You know, he boxed in the amateurs, so like I think he knew that the guy he was fighting, not only the guy he was fighting, just like lost. I think he lost like a title fight previously.
Right.
You know, so he's already coming in like from like hot. You know what I'm saying? Sort of like how like Ortiz came against like AJ. You know, when he comes from a big fight and then you're like fighting like again. So I think he boxed smart, but I think he's still a good boxer though.
Yeah. What you guys think? What's good, Ross Scott? What's good, family?
Salute, man. I'm still over here chilling. I'm just listening.
What you think of the Ben Whitaker situation? Did you have any thoughts on it?
I mean, he's an entertaining fighter. He's skilled, he's slick, but I mean, I got a feeling when he gets in there with somebody like that guy he fought,
like Liam Cameron.
Yeah.
The weekend,
I don't want to see him fight no Beterbiev or nothing. I know that much.
Yeah, right. Like he's not going to beat any of those top guys. I mean, but it remains to be seen. Who knows? Sometimes you get in there with certain fighters, they just give you a hard time, and in another fight, he'll fight somebody that's better than that guy, and he'll dominate. That's how boxing is.
I think if he's not fighting the top echelon, he still has a good chance of doing good things.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's skilled. He's skilled.
He's skilled. Yeah,
sure.
No doubt. Sure. I don't think there's anything wrong with him. I do think he ducked out that fight though. I don't want to say it.
Yeah. Look like he jumped on that opportunity, right?
It was like I was like, oh man, look like bring the stretcher, y'all.
That looked kind of choreographed. Do you guys think that? Do you guys believe that intangible that he brings to the ring, the unorthodox, moving around, dancing around the ring, what people consider being playful? Do you think that's his thing, in that if he's going to be successful, he has to implement that in the game? Or does he have to leave that alone at some point and just become this fundamentally sound fighter? Like those things, just those antics, like people want to call them, just don't work in the big show.
So I think he's not like a drunken master, like I don't think he's like, what's his name? The one that fought Floyd. I think he's more like, if you're not at his skill level, he's going to play with you basically. If he senses like you can't match him speed or skill wise, he's going to play with you in that ring.
What do you think, Ross?
I think he should stay fighting the way he fights. I think he's pretty good. Like you said, he's like the brother just said, he's got that little drunken master thing going on. But I think he's a little bit better than Drunken Master. Drunken Master got 30-something losses, for Christ's sake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Whitaker is good. Like stick to what you know. You know what I'm saying? Don't change anything, because once you change it, then sometimes it falls apart. You know what I'm saying? I like what he's doing so far. For me, I like what he's doing. Yeah.
He's entertaining as hell, man. I think he's good for his sport, for real, man.
He brings that to the ring. That's what got him to the big show, in my opinion, right? Mm-hmm. That's what got him to Riyhad season. Everybody was comparing him to Prince Nassim and a Drunken Master and Pernell Whitaker and all those fighters who were kind of unorthodox like him in so many ways. And it seems like he left that at home for some reason. Like he just wanted to prove he could take it seriously, or did he lose faith in himself?
No, he knew that brother was coming, man.
I said about Devin, it says it's like an identity crisis, right? It's like an identity crisis. Like all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I can't play no more. I got to beat somebody else. This is the big show. I got to take this seriously. And then he tricks himself out of his own damn opportunity.
No, he knew that dude was tough, man. That brother was tough. And he knew it. Yeah, he knew it off the break. That brother was punching.
I'm going to go on mute for a minute, Clay.
All right, no doubt, Ross. No doubt. Yo, salute, dog. What's good with you, family?
What's up with you, family?
Man, you know how it is. Assalamu alaikum, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No doubt, family.
We talking about the event. We talking about Ben right now, man. Just were you on the Ben train? Like, did you believe in Ben? Do you still believe in Ben, or were you kind of like one of those guys who was just like, yo, Ben, that's only gonna last for so long. That boy gonna get exposed. What do you think about Ben Whitaker?
You talking about me, Cable?
Yeah, whoever,
Man,
but you. Yeah.
I remember when I first started telling y'all about Ben Whitaker when we was back on
Blues.
the old It was just entertaining. I felt like I don't feel like he was gonna like become undisputed or do nothing big in the weight class, but he could sell tickets. I feel like he's gonna be able to sell tickets. He was a good entertainer.
So you weren't. So were you surprised at his performance this weekend? Did you expect more from him, or did you think that was on his way to happening?
I was surprised that fight.
Right.
Yeah, I was surprised that it happened, but I'm more surprised of what I'm saying, the opponent that did it. I thought he was gonna get exposed like once he got like a big fight or something.
Right. But all of a sudden he changed, right? Like he just decided to fight differently all of a sudden in this fight. Why do you think that was the case? Like what made him fight differently all of a sudden? Why did he come and become like all disciplined and fundamentally sound and just keep my hands up and jab, change level, change?
I think it was the lights. I'll never forget. Remember when Tank and Frank Marlon about to fight in the press conference? Tank said, what's going to get him was the lights. That it's too big of a show. Sometimes people don't be ready for them big stages like that, and it be true. Like I said, I've seen a few fighters that they used to fight at these little venues that be like 2,000 and 3,000 people, and then you go to a place that's like 20,000 people in there. It's kind of it's a difference, man. That's something that training don't prepare you for.
Yeah. But does he? So are you under the do you subscribe to the idea that he's going to have to become a more fundamentally sound, disciplined, like he can't play those games, or should he do? It's kind of like with Deontay. Everybody used to always get at Deontay and say that he's not a great boxer, right? But Deontay always said, yeah, but what I bring to the table, you guys can be right, 11 times. I just need to be right one time, right? And we good to go. So, but when he decided to leave that important part of his game at home against Joseph Parker, against Zheli Zhang, you saw what happened to him, right? So it's like, although it's unorthodox and people think that you're gonna get caught up in it, it's what brought you to the show. Should he just continue being that guy and allow that to take him wherever he's gonna go, or does he need to transition back into like an orthodox fighter? A fighter who's just fundamentally sound.
I think it's different between Ben and Wilder. I said it because I seen old videos like that. So Gary was in the Gary Russell Jr. was in the Olympics with Wilder. Remember I tell you they was roommates. I think I told you that before. Yeah. So he used to always say like how Wilder didn't used to box like that. Like he said, he got so comfortable with that one punch knockout, being able to knock somebody straight out there. He just got in there and just forgot about everything. You know what I'm saying? But he got old videos with Wilder Spawn, and he's fighting like different. He fight like way different from how he translated into the pros.
No doubt.
With Bill Whitaker, that's all we seen is like how he, all that showboating and dropping your hands and all that stuff. Like I believe I just think you can't do that in that weight class right there. Like you can't be doing all that showboating and stuff. That's a heavy. He fighting at 175. Like he fighting light heavy.
I mean, but that's his. For me personally, I think that's what he does, man. Let me just answer a question right quick here. As far as Tone Deaf, salute family, asking where Ray's at. Ray works at night now, man. So we trying to figure out when he's gonna be able to, get back on the channel. He comes in when he can, but that's why he's not here. But he's doing good though. On that note, though, he got a great job. He's doing real good. J.R. Spock said, "Where's Charles Edward Cheese at?" Yo, J.R., I'm trying to tell you, we were talking about him a couple of times. I mean, Blue was talking about him like he's just, I don't know what he's doing, man. Like I don't know what he's doing, man. If you're watching, salute, King. I don't know if you on the low, if you on the run. I hope you healthy. I hope everything is going on good with you and your family. Hope everything's okay, bro. Can't wait to see you come back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, family. Yeah, but that's that question. But with Ben Whitaker, I don't know, man. I just think changing your game in the ninth inning it don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Whatever got you to the big show, you should have faith in it. You know what I'm saying? Mike, I always go with the Mike Tyson line. You know what I mean? Make sure you leave the party with who brought you to the party. You know what I mean? Make sure you leave the dance with who brought you to the dance. Don't get to the party and all of a sudden find somebody cuter, and then you leave the dude who brought you who got the limo, who picked you up, who shook your daddy's hand, who said you was pretty when everybody else said you was ugly. Who, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this though, Claymore. Let me ask you this though. All right. So do you think that same style, that showboating and all that, you think that will work with a David Benavidez or a Bivol or
Right.
Beterbiev? That same style right there. You think that
Or
that'll be
Jesse
dope
Hart
for him?
even.
Depends on the matchup.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I just
it's
think
possible.
you got to roll the dice, man. I think who you are, I think what you can do, nobody else can do. Like, I think if somebody else were to try to do it, no, but I think he's perfected that. That's his
It's a
thing, man.
competition though. That's what I'm saying. It's a level of competition.
Yeah, I think it's based on the competition. I don't think that's the style. I don't think the style is what got him to where he is. I think his Olympic pedigree is what got to him where he is. You know, him being a medalist in the Olympics is what got him. I think
That
he
his
just showed up with
athleticism.
so much damn energy from his intro to the way he was fighting that like it just generates so much need to watch him. But I think for him, I think he's a good boxer. And then if you just can't match him in that ring, he's gonna play with you. I think that's who he is. Like,
Yeah.
like
I
sort of like what
think
Boots did. If Boots will play with you if you can't match him, right? We saw him do the last fight. You know,
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's possible. I mean, it's remained to be seen, but it's possible because at the same time, we haven't seen Benavidez or Morrell fight anyone close to him, right? So it's vice versa. Like, can they
What
get
he
with
say?
something like that?
What he say?
You know what I'm saying?
Andrade.
He said, what he say? What did he just say, Claymore?
Andrade is not fighting like Whitaker.
Whitaker.
It's two different styles.
But
yeah.
But like the level of skill, right? Let's say the level of skill. I think Andrade's still, if
He's
not
talking
the
about
same,
skill,
better.
but Ben brings athleticism.
Yeah, Ben brings that unorthodox. Yeah. He's changing the rhythm. He's changing the levels.
So wait, would y'all say Ben
But
would
look who
beat?
he's fighting though. You gotta look at who he's fighting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you gotta look at like the competition level and
Better
look at
be
how
that
it
Caleb
changed
beat.
when the level was a little bit more. You know.
Yeah.
Listen, OG once said, "You are what you do most of the time." You know what I'm saying? What you do most of the time is who you are, bro. That's what you more than likely gonna do damn near all the time. He's built himself off of who he is. It's who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks.
Look,
And
I got one for you. I got one for you right here. A good example. Prince not seen my man. You remember he used to do all that stuff?
Yeah.
All that showboating. And then what happened when he went in there and fought Antonio Barrera?
Yeah.
What happened? The level of competition. He was looking sweet against all them like them no names and them bums. He can do that. Like he can catch their timing easy.
No, he was doing that against names too.
Prince Nazim
Depends
didn't
on who you in front
he
of.
got knocked out.
Prince Nazim didn't beat bums. Prince Nazim didn't beat bums.
So
Then he
give
fought
me
You gotta correct
three.
that.
Hold on. Give me 3 champions without Googling that he beat.
I don't need to give you one. I'll just give you one good ass one. Kevin
I
Kelly.
said give me 3 champions that he beat.
He
3.
did
3
beat
champions.
Kevin Kelly. So
You give me 3 champions that he beat.
I said he beat no names. That's what I'm saying. So you think about it. I'm saying you give me 3.
it's hard to remember those people, man.
I can't. I'm not gonna give you 3 because I can't give you 3 because I don't know 3 champions, top champions that he beat in that weight class. And that was
what you
boxing
saying
fanatic.
goes back to
Are we playing the
what you
semantics
saying.
games, or are we just
Hey,
talking
but you know
about
what I'm
name
saying?
what's
But
or
you
what you
combo
saying-
competition?
But you know what, Claymore? When it comes to
Yeah,
Prince Nassim, His style, that's who he was. Like you can tell by the way he was training, everything. Even when you look at Roy Jones, it's like sort of like their style is who they were. But Ben Whitaker, I don't think that's his style for real. I think it's something he does just to impress the crowd, you know. Just like when Boots was playing, what's his name? That big puncher guy. I forget his name. I don't think that's not Boots' style. Boots can fundamentally box.
You talking about David?
Talking
about David? Oh, you know, you're talking about you're talking about
Rovia. Rovia, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's not Boots playing like that. That's not him. He can fundamentally box, you know. I think like when you have these people that come from like these like big amateur pedigree, most of them can box like shit. You know, they might play around and stuff, but they can box. You know.
Yeah, but what the brother was saying earlier goes back to what Clay just said. When Nazim fought Barrera, he didn't do what he usually do. He tried to fight regular, and he lost.
Did he? I thought he tried to do the
No.
I thought he tried to fight the same.
Stop. What fight you watch? No, he did not. He
Yeah, he
dropped
tried to
his
box the
hand,
same.
stop putting his face towards him like showboating.
Exactly. That's what I remember.
And he got dropped.
Yeah. He tried to do that. I said, that's who he was. Like he didn't have another style. That's literally who Prince Nassim was a special type of talent, you know. He could get away with shit that regular boxers couldn't, you know. That's just what it was.
Yo,
but when
I'm not like everybody else, so I gotta go to Google. But look, Nassim beat.
He can beat Kevin Kelly. That's the only person I know he beat. Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, he beat Kevin. I mean, he beat everybody except the only fight he lost was against Marco Antonio Barrera.
I'm
out of
exactly.
36 fights.
At the end of the day, it's remain to be seen. We don't know what
champions. What champions did he beat that you know? Look at who he beat. Because I know he beat Kevin Kelly. That was it. He TKO'd Kevin Kelly like in the 3rd or 4th round. But other than Kevin Kelly, who else did he beat? That was the big name there.
Who were the big names back then, though? Back then, who were the big names?
Especially for his weight class.
It remains to be seen.
Yeah, who were the big names?
We talking about
back then you had in that weight class the top dogs was Marco Antonio Barrera and the dude that beat him. What was the dude name?
Who beat him? You talking about? Did Morales beat him?
Morales beat him, yeah.
Yeah, Morales. Yeah, Erk Morales. That was the two. It was Prince Nassim Ahmed, Erk Morales, and Marco Antonio Barrera. That was who ran that division at that time. It was them three.
So like, so you look at it like this,
Junior
right?
Jones.
So if there's only basically 3 names.
Yeah, so there were 3 names, right?
Kevin Kelly was a big dog in that division too. But Prince Nassim Ahmed beat Kevin Kelly.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You can't say he's bad because at the end of the day, he fought the top people there. He lost to one.
I ain't never say he was bad though. I never say he was bad.
He's a great fighter. I mean, we can't discredit.
Yeah, I was saying that style that he was showboating against bums. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying,
he did against everybody.
Like
he did against Kevin Kelly too.
It's remain to be seen because the last fight Benavidez didn't look that good either. So how was he a top dog at 175?
Well, he just got to 175. He was a 168 prior.
You guys are making it seem like he's this big top dog.
Yeah, basically saying he's not tried true yet. Yeah, he's not tried true at 175.
He was a killer
at 175.
That's not at 75.
But he got a. Who has out of all of them? Who has the best resume? Like, who has the best resume? If you name from
175 or 168.
Who has the? We will say period. Who has the best resume? Period between David Benavidez, Beterbiev, and Bivol.
Beterbiev.
I'm lost. You think what is the argument? You asking about resumes, and we talking about fighting styles.
I think Beterbiev had it. I think he got Caleb Plant.
Yeah.
This whole argument don't make no sense.
Yeah, but Dub, we're not talking about who got the best resume or who's the necessarily. We're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say who got the best resume because he said how's he a big dog. I'm saying he moved up to 175.
Your resume at 60 is not
when you talk about like best resumes, it has to be relative, right? So relative to a weight class. So you gotta realize that Beterbiev is undisputed. So he beat all the champions in that weight class. Caleb Plant's a good fighter. He's a known fighter, and he's a good fighter, you know. So it's a difference. So like it's different when you beat the number ones in the weight class and you collect all their belts versus like you being like popular fighters, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay,
the way I
you
look
have
at
to
it
be
as when we're talking about Ben Whitaker, we're talking about a unique style of fighting. We're talking about he has a style of fighting that's very unique. It's an intangible. It's something that not anybody and everybody can tap into. And I think Roy Jones was a good comparison because Roy brought that as well, right? That super athleticism, the ability to fight with his hands down to his side, just depend on his instincts and his athletic ability to get out of the way of danger and to put you in the worst danger at the same exact time. That's what Ben Whitaker brings to the table. He brings that you're not expecting what he's going to do to you, and that plays into how you're going to approach a fight. We've seen David Benavidez against a lot of fighters and great fighters like Dub mentioned, but we've never seen him in front of a Ben Whitaker, in front of somebody who moves like him, who can get out of trouble like him, who can put you in trouble by him, who can hit you with the shot that you don't see. And we know the shot that you don't see can shake the world up, right? So he brings that intangible. If he goes into a big fight against a David Benavidez, if he goes into a big fight against a David Benavidez or any of those guys, and he leaves that one thing he has that separates him from everybody else, is he doing himself any favors?
No.
Yeah, I think that's a dangerous thing to do. I don't think he should play with fighters like Benavidez or Bill.
So you're saying don't dance, don't be
No, I'm saying you
unorthodox.
should.
No,
You never
don't,
just
because that's
It's about
abandon your
aggressiveness,
boxing
man.
so
personality.
you guys have to realize Ben Whitaker, he's new to the scene. You have to look at him from the amateurs. That's not who he is. I'm trying to tell you guys. That guy is a fundamental boxer. What you saw the last time is really who he is.
But who you are as an amateur isn't you as a pro.
Well,
We see that all the time with a
yes
lot of
and
boxers.
no. Yes and no.
Nah.
Like you see, for instance,
When
Shakur.
you look at the
Shakur
amateurs,
as an amateur,
you see
you
the
can tell who he was.
athleticism was there.
Like nobody changes their style like 360 unless they just
but Ben is successful doing what he's doing
against people
But
that can't
against who he
match his
doing it
speed.
too.
So
Like,
it's against
remember
people who
Roy
can't match
Jones?
his speed and skill.
Remember Roy Jones fought John Ruiz? Watch that fight. Watch the fight before that. Watch when he fought John Ruiz when he moved up the heavyweight, and then watch the fights after that.
There are
That's
people
all
you
you gotta
can
do. He
there are
made
people you can play
adjustments. You
with and
can't
people you
fight
can't
everybody
play.
the same way. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you can't play with some of these fighters. You can't play with a Beterbiev. Beterbiev will punch your soul out your body. You can't play with fighters like that, man. You gotta box them the best you can. You need a box. You gotta show them why you were an Olympian at that point. You can't be like the drunken master. But if it's somebody like they can't match because speed matters in boxing. Speed and your stance and your skill set matters in boxing. If somebody can't match you, you can do that and get away because they are not going to be able. They're not going to be quick enough or talented enough to counter that. But somebody go ahead.
I do want to move the goalpost a little bit into another topic because I really would like everybody on the panel's opinion on this. What do you think about this story going around right now, or the narrative going around that Turkey's setting up fighters to lose, and that fighting on a Turkey card is a dangerous thing? That fighters shouldn't be doing this. That this is a not selling point. That going on a Turkey card, you're going over there to lose. What do you think about that?
It's a stupid conspiracy theory created by these so-called content creators who are like pro PBC, anti everybody else, or pro one fighter. It's very stupid. Like, what do you mean? Turkey can't do it. Once you sign to fight this person, you know what I'm saying? You know who this person you signed to fight him. Turkey can't do juju or something to make you lose,
right?
Or something like that. And then this argument the PBC they'll have matchmakers. Well, what you're saying is that you like cherry pick fights, and Turkey's not giving you that. So is that what you want? Because before we don't like cherry pick fights. Also, I don't know why people want to say the fight should be more match made or something. But for me, it's just all craziness, all this anti-Turkey speech. They also say that Turkey's is losing money. Turkey's doing this. It's crazy.
What do you guys think on the panel?
Those are those PBC fanboys. That's all I got to say.
I can't even just label PBC fanboys. I look at the messages that say it, whether it's content creators or even some promoters. It seems like they they switch up once they start making money with Turkey. Remember how Eddie was acting or Oscar before.
Oh yeah, when Turkey told them we're gonna miss you, brother. Basically, like, we're gonna get you up out of here. Then you ain't gonna be able to stop the train. I mean, I think what you're seeing with Turkey Al Sheikh is what matchmaking is all about. Competitive fights are being put together, and the fighters you think are great. I think what Turkey's doing goes into the argument of you don't know who the fighter you support is until he gets in the ring with some competition. People you think are the best, and you think the eye test tells you that they will beat every single person in the space. You don't know that until you see them beat the right people in the space. And he's showing that just because you've seen him do something to fighter A, B, C, and D, whatever, however you want to look at it, that if he doesn't do it against the best, if he's not matched up against somebody who can beat him, then he's not being properly tested. And you can't say your fighter is that guy without your fighter beating that guy. That's what I think he's exposing.
Facts. I agree.
Right? So this goes into the arguments of like people who want to sit there and say my fighter is, and yeah, I'll say his name. You know what I mean? Saying that Tank is the best, right? Yes, the eye test says that he's a very talented fighter.
Lamont Roach.
Yeah, listen, I caught hell with it.
Yo, that shit was right through my mind.
Yo, the other night, Dub was getting at me, bro. On Mill City, Dub was getting at me, bro. He wouldn't let me live, bro. He came up in there, he said, Claymore, you don't even sound like you right now.
Hey, that's crazy because Mill called me, Clay, and said that everybody was saying that, like, we got like boost the ratings. Like, they love that show.
They loved it, right? Yo, Dub came out of nowhere.
Going at it.
I said, Dub, what's up? He said, nah, Claymore.
Yo, they be so bad when you talk about Lamont Roach, man. But what's funny is when Shakur got a fight with Cordina, the same people. People were hating. The same people were hating on that fight.
Claymore, we just went through this yesterday. We just went through the 7 day now.
Yo,
you see that?
Listen, bro.
You see that though?
Listen,
you see how they compare? They compare that as being the same thing. Like it should be there's no difference, huh? Cordina just came off a brutal loss to a fighter that's on a 7 fight winning streak. How can you compare the two? One is the champion. Yeah, they both moved up to 135, but how can you compare one that took a brutal loss to one that's on a 7 win streak and they got a title? And the one loss that he do got could be argued. It could be argued. Me, I feel like he lost, but some people feel like he won against Jamel Herring.
Against Jamel Herring. Listen, so Lamont, this conversation is one of those conversations that I have to be very precise with my words, right? And I'm gonna say why. Because first thing I want to say on a most respectful level is that I think Lamont Roach is a great fighter. I think he's a great 130-pound champion. I think in the 130-pound division, there's some big fights for him to make down there. O'Shaquie Foster, Emmanuel Navarrete, right? He can make great, big, huge, action-packed, Conceição. I mean, we can go across the board with a lot of great fighters down at 130 that I want to see him fight against. But the pushback that the space is giving that fight is based specifically off of the fact of what Tank is choosing to do. Nobody's faulting Lamont or saying that he's a subpar fighter. We're just saying that at the end of the day, Tank's decision, and here's where it separates between Tank and Shakur, right? Tank is a quote unquote face of boxing fighter. He's a A-side fighter. He's a fighter who can make fights. He's one who offers fights. He's the one that sends out the offers and everybody gets in line because everybody wants an opportunity at their biggest payday, quote unquote, right? Whereas Shakur Stevenson is not in that chapter of his career. So if Shakur Stevenson is fighting Joe Cordina on a Turkey Al Sheikh card for the first time, getting offered $5 million to make that fight happen, he's not going to push back too much at it because he's already understanding that he's fighting Joe Cordina has a decent name amongst the UK. In the UK, amongst Europeans, they respect him. Joe Cordina's been talking about coming up to 135. So it's a decent stay busy fight for a fighter who's leaving a situation where he's not getting promoted properly. He's not getting paid the way he wants to get paid. He's not getting the promotion and all those things. His market value is not there yet. He's kind of like subject to take what's in front of him because he has a family to feed and he's trying to get his market value up in a whole different market that he's never fought in before. Whereas Tank Davis and his team have the ability to not go against a Lamont Roach. They can pick somebody else. You put that on the stage and compound it with the fact that De Los Santos, the Floyd Schofields, which I know everybody hates his name getting brought up, but these fighters who are at 135, who are calling out the hypocrisy of the situation, who are letting it be known like, yo, his team reached out to me and we were good to go. I don't know why he picked Lamont Roach. Then it starts to look like the cherry pick theories in effect. It starts to look like that from the outside in. It starts to look like you had an opportunity to fight a fight where the fan base would have been okay with it. Would have been like, this is going to be decent. De Los Santos would have been a decent fight for Tank Davis, considering that he can't get the fight made with Shakur because of his hand injury and because of quote unquote Shakur's across the street with all that nonsense, right? Against Lomachenko, who fell back out of the negotiations. Fine, right? Against Raul Venezuela, who's up at 140 now and didn't want to, cut weight to go down to 135 in that small amount of time. Because
he already had a fight made. See,
well, not only that, but it was the weight. It was also the weight. It was the weight clause. They were asking him to come down to 135, and he didn't have to. They would have paid Isaac Cruz step-aside money to make that fight happen. That wouldn't have gotten in the way. It was more so Ryo's like, in that little bit of time, I'm not cutting no damn weight to come down to 135 in that little bit of time to fight you. And then probably get a rehydration clause put on my ass. You know what I'm saying? So, but for whatever reason, let's just say he had a fight already. There were fights there that couldn't be made for legitimate reasons.
He was Kid Austin's a better fight.
Let me say one thing, right? Because I don't be biased to none of the fighters. Like, I don't be biased. You got a lot of dudes that come on these content shows, on these platforms, and they be biased, and they gonna lean more towards certain fighters than the others. So they're gonna make up all the excuses in the world about Devin Haney, Tank, about Shakur. They're gonna always make up all the excuses why this look wild, but this doesn't. Whereas though, like, wrong is wrong and right is right, right? First of all, and like, this is why I say people just take stuff and just run with it, right? Because when me and you talk, right? And I told you when I talked to him, the dude or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. When I talked to the dude, right? And I'm listening to how, because I'm thinking like, he about to fight Rayo. Like, they sent Rayo a contract and all this stuff, and all that was BS. Like, that was something that somebody made up, put it out there, and then everybody ran with it.
Exactly.
Everybody ran with it.
That's how it is.
And dudes be telling, like, even when sometimes I come back and I ask certain fighters certain questions, they be like, "Man, where did you get that from?" And I be like, "Oh, I heard it from boo, boo, boo." They be like, "What?" Like, come on, man.
The funniest narrative I heard so far is that Tank couldn't find nobody to fight at 135. He went down the list of every fighter at 135, and they were all scared of him. I'm like,
salute Juice, salute J Pit City. What's good, family? Go ahead, my bad, guys.
So to clear the air, the Rayo stuff, Rayo never got sent no contract.
No,
it was never no contract sent to Rayo, nor was in the plans, like, of him fighting Rayo. You know what I'm saying? But everybody ran with that. I even thought that. I'm listening, I'm watching shows and stuff, and I'm like, oh, they waiting for Rayo to sign the contract.
You listen to them, they'll tell you, everybody will tell you why these fights can't happen. Oh, this person can't fight, this person. Tank only fights champions. Tank don't fight no champions, he fights contenders. What are you talking about?
But
they fight mostly contenders,
Like, far as the difference, I say, then another thing, right? Everybody's yelling this De Los Santos stuff now, right? But before Shakur fought De Los Santos, I ain't hearing not one person come on the air and say anything about a De Los Santos. Even when I see him fight on the Boots undercard in Atlantic City, when he fought the dude Joseph, whatever, man, majority of people didn't know who he was. I'm sending people videos of the fight or whatever, other content creators, not gonna say no names, they didn't even know who the hell he was. Damn, that because Shakur fought him, and you had people that come out and say, yeah, what's my man's name? Richardson Hitchens. That's who really put it out there that Duke could really fight. Richardson Hitchens, like, yeah, I spot him, he hit hard, he got a funny style, woo, and then everybody started talking about, oh, he gonna be a hard fight for Shakur. He got some pop, woo, woo. And everybody said, now everybody's saying, oh, this person should have fought De Los Santos. They naming De Los Santos top 5, 135 pounders, all types of stuff because of what Richardson Hitchens said. Didn't nobody know nothing about that man. Period. Couldn't nobody say nobody fought.
Dub. The truth of the matter is, Tank's team reached out
what
to
I'm
De Los
saying
Santos.
is, though, why? This is why.
Did they?
Let's ask you this.
Yes.
How do De Los Santos, right? How do De Los Santos deserve a title fight?
It don't matter.
Listen, I'm asking a question from anybody. We can take Tank out of the picture. How do he deserve a title shot from anybody? What did he do? But
he's ranked within the top 10. He's like number 5 or 6 or something like that. I mean, I think I will. So not to, like I said, like Roach is a good fighter. I'm not gonna say he's not a good fighter.
What about Raymond Tyler? Why are we gonna talk about him?
De Los Santos
what about
did more
Kid
than
Austin?
Lamont Roach.
I mean, because I think the Kid Austin fight could have happened. Kid Austin's ranked high.
What about Raymond Mortala though? That's what I'm saying. Why
Kid Austin's ranked higher than him though. I think that would mean
Kid Austin more than Lamont Roach.
No, I'm talking about De Los Santos.
He did more than Lamont Roach.
Huh?
Yeah, everybody in the top 10
more than Lamont Roach.
Yeah, it will make more sense than the Lamont Roach. The problem with the Lamont Roach fight is Lamont Roach is not going to campaign 135. Tank's not going to campaign 130. So what's even the point? Like I don't see I
mean, they say he's pound
like a one-off.
It's
not even a grudge match. This is a one-off fight.
He did it with what's his name? Cruz.
Andy Cruz?
No.
Which Cruz?
Leo Santa Cruz.
120. He's at 135. Well,
he fought him for the Super WBA 130 belt.
Yeah, he's at 130 when he fought.
Yeah.
And that was
the same belt that Lamont Roach.
Yo, hold on, wait.
Wait,
I just want to be clear here, right? Hold on, ready? I just want everybody to hear this, right? Let's just be clear about this.
Were you ever offered a Tank fight?
Yes, we were. Did they accepted it? No, they didn't.
So what happened? Who denied the fight?
Denied the fight. I guess they chose Lamont Roach.
I mean, listen.
That's Cello. We know who that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that kills the whole narrative right there.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
That kills the whole narrative.
So hold on. Wait, Dub. Before you go any further, right? Whether he deserved it, whether he earned it, whatever the argument may be as far as his worthiness, the Tank team reached out to De Los Santos, bro.
We went through this, Clay on Mill. Who we reached out to first? What did Mill say?
It don't matter. They reached out to him. He was an option.
He reached out to Lamont way before that, though. They reached out to Lamont.
It don't matter. Bro, it don't
why
matter.
You reach out to Lamont? I don't know why you want to.
Huh?
Lamont's not even 135. Why you even reach out to him?
No.
He's a 130 fighter.
They reached out to Lamont. Hector Garcia wasn't a 135.
Wait, Dub. Hold on. Let me get everybody up to speed. Let me get everybody up to speed because I think, hold on, I got people in the background. Damn, my bad, guys, wherever you are. I'm going to get you up here, dog. My bad. Inevitable D-Block. Yo, D-Block, my bad, family. What's up, family? You there?
Hey, Clay, I'm going to jump off so other people can get on, all right?
Wait, wait, Ross, don't leave yet. I want you to be part of what I'm about to say right now, and I want you to respond to it. Lamont Roach, basically what Dub is saying that, because he knows these guys. He talks to Lamont Roach, right? That's in his demographic right there in D.C. Tank had reached out to Lamont Roach to make a fight with Lamont Roach around the Hector Garcia fight. Around the Hector Garcia fight, Lamont Roach wasn't even a champion.
Yep.
Right? So that means they were coordinating to make a fight with a 130-pounder back then. Right? Now, and I just want to close it by saying this. The end of the day, they've reached out to De Los Santos. De Los Santos accepted it. as a 135-pound contender, to the fans of boxing, the De Los Santos fight would have made more sense to take at 135 pounds rather than go down to 130 to go pull up a WBA champion in Lamont Roach, who only beat a Hector Garcia that nobody's that impressed with beating, and a McCory who nobody's impressed about him beating, and bringing him up to give us as fans a so-called competitive fight in a 5 to 7 fight deal that he has with with Amazon and with PBC, that he's promised us as fans that he's going to go down and come get ninjas with.
And not to mention, doesn't Lamont Roach train out of like Headbangers?
No,
he's out of DC.
Who Headbangers is in DC, but no.
Who
De Los Santos beat though, Clay?
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
He beat Rayo.
He was a Hector Garcia.
Bro, he beat Rayo Venezuela.
He beat
All right,
Rayo.
let me ask you something. Can I ask him a question?
That's all he beat was Rayo.
So you need to talk to Tank's team and ask them why he sent off Rob.
He beat a Rayo.
Everybody, hold on 1 second. I want to hear Ross Klott's opinion on this because I know he's trying to go, and I want to hear his opinion on this. Hold on.
Let me ask him a question. Who did Lamont Roach beat at 135?
Lamont Roach ain't fought at 135. He fought one fight at 135.
But that was back when he was a prospect. Damn near, he fought like a 4 or 5 round fight.
So who did he beat at 135?
Who walked around bigger?
He got more experience at 35 than Tank.
Who's bigger, Lamont Roach or Tank?
Oh my God!
It don't matter
because you going by a 5-pound weight.
No, we're talking about in your division. We're talking about the difference between fighting somebody in your division who's acclimated to your division, who the fans want to see, somebody who the fans want to see. The fans want to see Tank fight somebody who can give Tank some competition. That's what the fans want to see, right?
Yep.
Nobody believes Lamont Roach can beat Tank Davis, bro. Nobody.
Let me ask, brother, who you think gonna win out of Lamont Roach and Tank Davis?
What fight should win? Tank should win.
Why?
He should win. I'm not, but it's boxing, so nothing. Buster Douglas beat Tyson, so it's nothing to guarantee. He should win from his resume, from height, from what he done so far in boxing. Everybody's gonna look at it as he should win. But
bro, the last fight that
Isaac
Lamont
Cruz
fought,
pulled up Rayo. Listen, Isaac Cruz pulled up Rayo and lost.
Isaac Cruz was 135. What are you talking about?
That 130.
Lamont Roach ain't gonna beat Tank
135.
Claymore, can I say something? Can I say
something? He fought at
something?
140. They fought at 140.
Right. Hold on. Wait, Dub. Hold on 1
35.
second.
Hey, Clay.
Yeah. You out. I know, right? Ross Scott, you out?
Yeah, I'm out. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate you coming up as usual.
He fights bums, y'all. He fights bums. Salute.
My guy, Ross Clark.
Yeah.
One of my favorite panelists that come up here, bro. That's my guy right there. Salute, man.
That's a wild dude.
And here comes another one of my favorite panelists that come up here and always cooking. Shout out to the inevitable D Block.
Man, you already know. It's inevitable. D Block, D Town, D City, D-Ville, coming at you live from my city, Dallas, Texas. Facts! You know what I hate about this is we got a lot of people that don't know nothing that come with nothing. We know that people that say they come with it don't bring it with it. I come with that smoke every damn time. It looks like you want to protect somebody that's called Skank Davis. It looks like you want to protect somebody that's in Paris, that loves to dance in the videos, likes to be around all the men, likes to get a little, definitely likes to be in jail with all the men. You know, the protection plan is over. We done with this shit. We done with it. We know that De Los Santos is there for the cooking, so why not take him on? Why not ignite that fire to make this shit happen? But guess what? They want to take on Roach. And guess what? They're going to Houston. They don't want to go to the east side because they know that his own people from X, where I am established, where I come with it every damn time, and my people know who I am. I'm here every fucking day. And my bad with the F word. My bad. I know YouTube don't like that. We know that people have said there's a rebellion going on with Baltimore. There was a revolution going on right now. And even the own Baltimoreans are going at Tank Davis saying, why would you do that? But guess what? We got people on this panel. Well, it's okay. It's all right. It's Roach Jr. He's a credible fighter. He's a stiff-ass fighter. Believe me, he ain't got no head movement. He's going to get knocked the fuck. You want to see knockouts? That's good. Just say that they're exhibition fights. Say that Tank Davis with the WBA super title fight is fighting nothing but exhibition fights. You going to buy it? Are you going to be about it? Are you going to Houston? I promise you ain't even going to land. But I'm telling you right now, keep on protecting your boy because he's been exposed every damn time that we talk about this subject. Facts!
My God, bro. D Block always bringing that fire. Yeah. Listen, man. At the end of the day, we want to see the best fight the best. And I know it's cliche. Yeah, everybody want to see the best fight the best. But when it comes to the Tank Davises of the world, when it comes to the Shakur Stevensons of the world, when it comes to the Terrence Crawfords of the world, when it comes to the Canelo Alvarez's of the world, when it comes to these faces of boxing type fighters, these A-side great fighters, naturally, if you're a fan of boxing, you have to ask yourself, what does this guy look like against this other guy who's a generational talent? Tank has been on the first half of his career being a prize fighter, chasing the money, not valuing belts, not valuing legacy. It's okay. We are in present day. He's already made a lot of money. He supposedly has this deal, which we have no proof of how real the deal is, of $200 to $240 plus million that he's supposed to have locked down. He can make the great fights. He's getting the guarantees already. When you see this De Los Santos situation here that I just put up on the screen right here in this interview, where Cello is letting it be known that they reached out to De Los Santos and that they confirmed their availability, and that De Los Santos, that Tank Davis of his own volition or his team's volition went ahead and made a fighter from a whole nother weight class division and bring him up. It reminds you of what happened with Leo Santa Cruz. It reminds you of Hector Garcia. It reminds you of these fights. It's just like, why is he going back to doing this when supposedly the reason he was doing this was because he was under a promotional company of Mayweather Promotions, and he was under the scrutiny of that company's expectations of him. And now that he's left them, he's independent of them. Why is he still making inputs? It starts to make it look like he had his hand in those fights as well as this fight. It's not a fight the fans want to see. It is what it is, bro. And at the end of the day, I think the worst thing about it is you're going to want to charge people $70 to $90 to watch this. You're going to want to charge them $70 to $90 to want to watch this, bro. You're going to get pushback from it every damn time. Come on, man.
Claymore, guess what? It's $89.99 for regular TV. It's $99.99 for HD. It's not even on fucking 4K. My bad for the F.
It's all good.
That's
it's
crazy,
all good, brother. Yeah, man, it's a truth, man, and it's. Listen, man, you can't beat the truth. Is the truth. People out here pushing narratives that people are hating on Tank, or that I've heard today. I heard some nonsense. I heard that people were getting paid to hate on Tank and to knock his brand down and to throw shots at him. That's not what the case is. This is boxing fans. The same way you got channels that are out there shooting shots at Devin Haney every damn day is the same way you got channels who are going to shoot shots at Tank Davis.
Facts.
Right?
Yo, it's crazy. What's crazy about that, Claymore? They will say, "Oh, you hate on Tank. You putting down black fighters," but these same people will be like, hate on Devin Haney for hours on end. I'm like, Devin Haney not a black fighter. what are we doing?
Right. They'll say crazy things. I've heard it. I've heard my name in the mix of some nonsense today. I've heard a lot of attention given to people who are determined to get answers and aren't shy or scared to push narratives, whether it's true or not. But it doesn't change the fact that no matter how a channel feels about one fighter versus another fighter, Tank's move of picking Lamont Roach, it earned the scrutiny, bro. It's earned the scrutiny, bro. It has nothing to do with pushing a false narrative on him, saying Lamont Roach is not what the fans want, and you know it, bro. It came out of nowhere, bro. And like Dub said, oh, they were negotiating this fight ever since Hector Garcia. That compounds it, bro. That makes it that much worse. That even back then you were sitting here trying to schedule a fight with a 130-pounder, bro.
And then he's your homeboy. It's not even like grudge. It's like your homeboy.
Come on, bro. Yeah. Listen, you're telling me after Hector Garcia, you telling me during the Hector Garcia fight, when everybody was like, who in the hell is Hector Garcia? The only thing that we knew about Hector Garcia is he had just knocked out Chris Colbert, right? That was it. We don't know nothing about him. You're telling me during that fight, there was a chance that we were going to see his next fight was going to be Lamont Roach? Bro, stop it, bro.
You know what, Claymore? Can I say something?
Yep. Salute Hoodrich in the building. Yeah, go ahead, D-Block.
You know, I got people that I know that are on the PBC. I'm not gonna mention names, but you know, I'm on X, and I got a lot of people. You know, when you're on X, you really do have a lot of people that are.
Yo, Hoodrich, my bad. I don't mean to cut you off. Hoodrich, I'm gonna shoot the link out because I want to ask you some questions. If you're down to come up on the board, bro, just let me know. I'm gonna throw the link back up in there. I'm sorry about that, D-Block. Go ahead, brother.
No, you're good. You know, when I'm on X, I really get information from people that are actually in the PBC, and people that are just, they're literally giving me information on my DMs, and telling me, look, you can't ask Tank Davis these tough questions because he's gonna cut you off. And that's why you see a lot of people from YouTube that really are like out there that have their own names. I'm not gonna mention names. He mentioned the names. He said they have that guarantee to go up there, have a free pass, have a plane for free to go up there, and they pay for everything, the hotel, the food. They even give them money on the side, and they give them like, look, you cannot ask them these questions. If you ask them these questions, they will blackmail you. So even Tank Davis thinks that he's Floyd Money Mayweather. The PBC has nobody else. Even Canelo Alvarez right now is negotiating with the Tekken company from Japan, where he's at right now, where he can literally. People think that Canelo Alvarez is with PBC all the time. No, he's not. He's an independent person. He is the face of boxing. Where Tank Davis is legitimately right now, PBC has nobody else but Tank Davis. If you say anything far right against Tank Davis, they're going to cut you off. And that's why you see these YouTube channels that want to say anything gracefully to Tank Davis. You're not going to hear no bad, like when you go on YouTube with Fight Hub and all these other people, you're not going to hear no real questions. You're going to hear the good questions. How's it going, Tank? Are you okay? How do you think about this road? And the only hard questions are going to ask them this. How do you feel about the people that are angry at you because you? That's the hardest question, because they will shut you off, and they're scared of Tank Davis. I'm telling you right now, Claymore.
Yeah. I mean, he is. I agree with you, Canelo Alvarez, and this is what separates when they're talking about the face of boxing. This is the difference, right? Canelo Alvarez will straight up tell you, "I'm not fighting that dude." Straight up. He's not going to play with you, bro. He's going to tell you, I'm not fighting David Benavidez. Yeah, oh, you mad? I don't care. I don't got nothing to do with me, bro. All he brings is 25 pounds. I don't like it, but you got to respect it because he's really on some El Jefe shit. You know what I'm saying? When he moves that way, you got to be like, damn, he could shut it down. Hey, I ain't fighting that dude. What else you going to say? You're going to be mad, but you're going to be mad in your corner because he done spoke. He's a face of boxing. Tank is being held to the standard of the fact that he has told everybody what his game plan is. He's told everybody what his vision is. He's explained to everybody what to expect from him. And then he goes and he does a Lamont Roach fight. I know people are going to want to sit here and be like, well, there's nobody else to fight. But then you see that Edwin Dos Santos that I just put up there, bro. With Cello speaking, bro. That was an option. And you didn't choose to do that, bro. And I know people say the Floyd Schofield fight is not a great fight because Schofield is just leaving prospect status damn near. Fine, right? I'm not going to sit here and argue that Schofield hasn't beat nobody for real. He hasn't even fought for a belt before. You know what I mean? So I get what you're saying. Even though he's ranked number 2 on the WBO sanctioning body list, which is Tank's list, he's number 2 behind William Zepeda. And William Zepeda is already tied up in a fight that he's getting ready to fight against Seven Farmer coming up. And then he supposedly supposed to be negotiating a fight against Shakur Stevenson. So in a way, Schofield's kind of like the next guy in line, but okay, fine. But at least Schofield's a 135-pound fighter, bro. Lamont
Hey, Claymore, I got to go do an interview on X. I'm going to let you go, my brother. Thank you so much for letting me in and the panel. Thank you so much. But, at the end of the day, you got to keep it going. I love and respect you, Claymore. Keep on doing your thing. Don't let nobody ever. So let's go with the energy. Don't you ever let nobody try to make it seem like you ain't doing the right thing. You keep it going, my brother. Nothing but appreciation for you. You already know. It's inevitable. D Block, D
Salute.
Town,
You know, they say you got
coming at
haters
you
when you're
live
doing
from
the right
Dallas,
thing, you
Texas.
know?
Facts!
Facts, my guy.
Yeah. When you're doing the right thing, you say you're always going to have haters, man.
Oh, yeah, man. The hate is going to be there, bro. I mean, it doesn't fade me. It doesn't fade me, bro. It doesn't fade me. I've had my moments. You know, I'm a human being, so I've definitely had my moments where I want to, like, you know, throw a middle finger up at the world and go on somebody's platform and challenge them and, you know, get my issue straight. But it don't matter, bro. At the end of the day, people ain't hating you because of what you not doing. They're hating you because of what you are doing. You know what I'm saying? And usually it's something positive. So, you know what I mean, on the haters, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bro, I can't stress it enough, guys. The respect is so fucking tall for Tank Davis. It's such a large amount of respect for him as far as of what he can do, of his abilities. He's a gifted boy's ill, man. Boy's a problem out here. You know what I'm saying? He really him out here in these streets when it comes to his boxing space. But yeah, when we see you pick a Lamont Roach, we're gonna push back, bro. What do you want us to say? We're gonna push back, bro. We gotta push back, bro. We're gonna be like, what is that?
You got to, man.
I know, 2 cents. I know. I'm a Jets fan, bro, and the Jets just played me. Well, go ahead. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta push back, man. It was, I mean, like I said, you know, like, hey, man, Lamont, like, shouts out to Lamont Roach is getting a big fight, big payday. And, you know, as not to discredit the brother as a fighter. I mean, I'm sure he's a great fighter.
Yo, one moment, not to cut you off. Hey, we got 40 people in the building. I appreciate the love. Thank you for hanging and building with us, bro. Please, if you haven't hit the like button, make it a the hell with you, Roscott. The hell with you, man. With the hashtag Will Smith voice. The hell with you, man. If you could hit the like button, I really appreciate it, bro. Help pop it up on the algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed, for sure, you need to be subscribing to the channel for sure. But at least hit the like button. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, Boxing Hacker. My apologies, bro.
Yeah, like, I mean, like I said, it's not to like discredit Lamont Roach. He's a good fighter, man. You know, but like at the end of the day, it's not the fight that everybody wanted, you know, and at the end of the day, it does feel like I hear people saying, like, you know, oh, Tank had no choice. I feel like he's the face of boxing, or supposedly, right? Floyd Mayweather never had this problem. He was the face of boxing.
He always got a choice.
Yeah, when there's money, when you have millions on the line, there's always somebody ready to fight you, bro.
I think the thing that makes me mad is it's a way he could have packaged this to make this a little bit more appeasing to boxing fans. I don't like the fact that they're fighting in Houston. He could have took this to his home market.
Yeah, which is crazy. They're both
People say, "Oh, Tank, he's too small for 140. He can wake up any day and, you know, weigh 130. Why not fight Lamont Roach at 130 for his belt in your city?"
I said that. People said, why should he do that? He's the A side. Why should he go to anybody else's weight division?
But they'll scream he's pound for pound, though.
Hey, right. But you know what? Even with, I hear the Kid Austin argument. I've been saying it. I would have rather seen the Kid Austin fight. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I said that, and I got cussed out on Mill City, bro. Everybody was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "I don't know what to tell you, bro."
Man, Austin Senior is funny as hell. That, I mean, he be going off
promotion. You know what I compared it to, guys? I said, y'all gave Rolly Romero to fight. You feel me? Y'all gave Rolly to fight. Why? Because he could run his mouth and sell a fight. You telling me Senior can't sell a fight? You telling me Austin Senior gonna go there and make a spectacle of that stage? Come on.
And they talking
definitely get a better turnout with Senior doing his thing out there in Houston.
Even Austin talking a little bit. He's talking about he can punish Tank. I want to see it, you know. My other problem with the Lamont Roach fight is that they know each other. They're from the DMV. Like, I think they're cool, you know. Like, they know what's up between.
That's one of my biggest gripes. Why is this not in the DMV?
Yeah, why is it not, right? But
you're fighting in Houston.
The reason it's not there is because of the taxes and everything. Shout out to Andrew Charles for putting some color in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys. Tank gonna fight whoever he wants to fight. He put himself in that position. He's active. I hear you, Andrew Charles. Clearly, by the way, clearly. You know what I'm saying?
Clearly, that's the case, buddy.
Clearly, why did he come out and say we ain't even gonna fight against that, bro. We ain't no reason to lie. We ain't gonna sit up here and lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, clearly. We know that, man. Yeah, he's fighting a guy named Roach, bro. We know.
we ain't gonna get no pushback from us on that one, bro. Clearly, bro. He's gonna do what he want to do. That's a fact. I hear you, brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
And
let me see.
it's a weird look because Lamont Roach lost to Jameer Herring, right? And so Shakur and Tank are sort of lined up with each other. I would think that he want to fight somebody that like could show like, oh, I'm gonna kill Shakur. Like him being Lamont Roach wouldn't really mean that much because you know boxing fans think, even though the triangle theory doesn't work, boxing fans are always gonna be like, oh, he might struggle a little bit against Lamont Roach. Shakur crushed Jameer Herring. You know how that's gonna end up like.
Let me see. Oh, hold on. 9 fingers, man. You don't want me to tell you, bro. And I got an answer for you too. By the way, salute to my guy, 9 fingers. Y'all know I know him. You know what I'm saying, as Bradley, but that's my guy, bro. I love Yo, Bradley, by the way, I got a cigar for you that I'm telling you. The Gurkha Abuelo. Listen, top notch. But anyway, let me answer your question. Claymore, if you were in the Tank shoes, would you do what the fans want? No. Listen to me clearly. Tank can do whatever he chooses to do. Shout out to Andrew Charles with the super chat earlier who said the same thing, who made it even more clear, right? He can fight whoever he wants to fight. He can do whatever he wants to do, bro. He's gonna make his money. He has enough supporters to where he don't have to care about what a little old me, a whack ass boxing hacker, or a or I don't know who you are again. I don't got your name on here, brother. Bodega Ty, whatever Bodega Ty wanted. He don't got to give a damn about what none of us got to say, bro. He could do whatever he wants to do. He's still gonna be rich. He's still gonna sell out the building. He's still gonna be Tank. But at the end of the day, what comes with it is accountability. What comes with the face of boxing is accountability. And the same way he can do what he has to do to make his money, he can't expect us to give him the accolades of somebody who's doing the opposite of what he does. That's it. He has to accept that. The space pushing back at us because we're calling it the way we see it is unfair. The same way you might feel like it's unfair for us calling him out on what he's doing. You know what I mean? Every action comes with a reaction, bro. So yeah, if I was him, I wouldn't do that though. I wouldn't think I would do that. I think I'd be a legacy-driven fighter. I'd be a fighter chasing the money, being a prize fighter. But once the money is there, I'm either going to barbecue or I'm a mildew. And he told the space that he's still thinking about, that he still wants to be undisputed. Not thinking that he wants to be undisputed. He didn't go chasing after Dennis Baranchek. He didn't go chasing after somebody who has a title down there and make a title fight. Nor did he fight anybody in his division. He chose to pull up a Lamont Roach. So he's going to get the scrutiny for it. Comes with the game, man. Let's see. Frank Martin, all facts. Tank can fight bum after bum. It's all good. Yeah, Ross, right? It is what it is, brother. We accept it, but if you ask me about it, I'm going to let you know. I'm not excited about it. I'm just not excited about it, bro. Ray Davis, salute, King. Salute, King. Yeah, exactly, Ray. You know what I mean? We gonna push back at it. Dr. Boxing, Baranchek was being saved for Mark Chamberlain. He got upset by Padley for a few weeks back. I know. I seen Chamberlain, dog. I still believe in Mark Chamberlain, man. I think Mark Chamberlain's still that guy, but he definitely lost that fight without a doubt. I don't know why he was off his square on that fight, but Mark Chamberlain is a beast, man. Mark Chamberlain's a beast. Let's embrace the bum bashing. None of us give a payday for a trophy in the real world either. 2 cents, but you know he ain't giving him no payday. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Stop it, man. He ain't giving him no payday, man. He getting paid regardless, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Roscoe, we see all y'all, bro. Damn, man, Hoodrich disappeared, man. I wonder if he got upset because we were talking about Tank and left. Or did he have emergency? I don't see Hood Rich. Let me see. Bullet Gibson. Alex Cruz can beat Lamont Roach right now. Talk about it, Bullet. Talk about it, man. Talk about it, Bullet. Talk about it. Juice says name Tank opponent with a better defense and a higher IQ as Roach. Juice, come on, brother. Come on, man. You know what's hilarious? We all gonna meet up here on December 14th, bro. We're going to meet up here on December 14th when they fight, and I want to see what y'all going to say. I want to see what y'all going to say December 14th when they fight. Yeah, I want to see what y'all going to say. I want to move the needle a little bit, though, because I don't want to make this about Tank. You know what I'm saying? I really don't, even though that's what we've kind of done. I don't want to make it about Tank. I do want to jump into another conversation here real quick. Where is it at? Right here. What did I want to talk about? I got a list of stuff here, man. Errol Spence and Sebastian Fundora. I wanted to jump into this with these guys on the panel tonight. It's been a weird situation, right, with this whole entire Sebastian Fundora thing, because it's starting to look like nobody wants to fight Sebastian in real time. It's starting to look like that, right? But what do you guys think about the Sebastian Fundora and Errol Spence being finalized? Like, this is going to be the fight. How and what say you to the panel about Errol Spence fighting Sebastian Fundora? What do you see getting ready to come down the line?
I always say, for me, I don't think Sebastian. I never thought he was like a skill fighter. I feel like he just had those physical attributes. However, when it comes to EJ, we just don't know we don't know what EJ's at. You know what I'm saying? We don't know who his coach is. Like, did he start training? Has he been training like Devin Haney, or did he just like start training from like a camp a couple months ago? You know, like there's so many questions around the EJ that's gonna come into that ring. You know. And then I don't know. It's intriguing to see what will happen. You know, I'm not too thrilled. Like, I don't feel the excitement for it like that, because, like I said, I don't know like where EJ is. You know,
right? Bodega Ty, you got any energy for it?
For the Fundora situation, it's hard for me not to address like the business moves that's being made. Like,
right.
people are saying Bud is ducking him. I don't know. I feel like he's still secured to fight with whoever wins, so he still has a shot at the belt, and he gets extra payday. So how's that ducking?
Right. Well, let me ask you this. As far as Errol Spence making his return after, it's going to be like damn near 18-month, you know what I'm saying, hiatus by the time he fights, by the time him and Sebastian Fundora walk into the ring and fight each other. How do you feel about Errol Spence's chances of beating Sebastian Fundora? Are they high, low? I mean, do you question anything about Errol Spence's no tune-up fight fighting against Sebastian Fundora? Are you optimistic that he walks away with a victory in this fight?
It's hard for me to look at that, because as a fan, I would hope he is. But being a realist, I feel like Fundora's about to beat the trash out of him.
Now, it's an interesting style matchup, right? Because I don't know how EJ style matches with Fundora's style. Let's remove all the variables we don't know, right? Let's just say EJ is who he is that come fight night, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, EJ's never fought somebody that's so damn tall. Fundora is like a freaking tree, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's his main attribute. Like, I think, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. EJ, it's gonna be I guess it's gonna come down to EJ's body work. You know, how good does he work to the body, and like how sharp his punches are that night. I would say right now, I guess, like, if EJ was EJ, I would lean towards EJ, right? I'll give him like 60-40. You know, as of right now,
60-40 Fundora or 60-40
EJ Earl Spence.
So you think Errol's going okay?
Yeah, I think Earl Spence, like at his best, is better than Fundora.
When you put it in those terms, it makes me change my opinion a little bit. Like, we talking about a healthy Errol Spence, and when you talk about styles and how Fundora really approaches trying to be in the inside in most of his fights, besides what he did with Tim Tszyu, I like Errol in that fight.
Yeah,
because of the body work.
Fundora's not that nice, you know.
I think it'll be refreshing to see. It'll be refreshing to see Errol win, obviously, because we know the position that he would be in. He'd be a unified champion, and he'd be sitting on a WBO title that has a mandatory by the name of Terrence Crawford attached to it. I think that would be, obviously, you know, I think a lot of people would love to see an Errol Spence show out on a Sebastian Fundora, and it would just reinvigorate and revitalize the idea of Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fighting each other for unification, or maybe even an undisputed if Terrence Crawford's able to, you know, beat the winner fight the winner between Tim Tszyu and Morataliev, right, for that IBF title. So yeah, man, in the ideal world, Errol Spence would show out, dominate, in a great fashion that would make us wonder if this version of Errol, who doesn't have all the ailments that he looked like he had when he fought Terrence last time, how he would look against Terrence Crawford. But I'm going to be honest with you guys and say that I don't think so. I think Errol's gonna get. I think he's gonna get beat. I think he's gonna get the beats put on him, bro. I think he's gonna be hitting him with like the lunch
getting
table.
Wally pipped.
Yeah, like the lunch table. Remember the lunch table? You know what I mean? That you know what I mean before
the rap battles
started. Yeah, bro. That hard ass beat. That doom. You know what I mean? That beat. That's what's gonna be happening on top of his head. I think he's gonna be.
If that happens, he should. I think he should retire. I think I don't know EJ's motivation to fight. Like I really don't know.
I mean,
like
money got to be one of it because it ain't legacy no more. It's got to be money. But I'm gonna tell you right now, with EJ trying to get low and trying to get up under them damn jabs and everything coming down at him, them straight right hands that are coming at him, and then Fundora gonna be sitting there throwing them uppercuts and catching them, bringing them up top, bringing them up, bro. He might not get knocked out, but he gonna get the beats put on him. Matter of fact, I think it's a possibility that we're like screaming for his corner to throw the towel in. Like, yo, stop it, bro. This dude's not gonna go down, bro. Just throw the towel in, bro. He's getting way too much abuse. I think.
Are you saying like the Errol Spence at his best, or are you saying like what's left of Errol Spence?
No, at his best. I'm talking about what's left of him. I'm not talking about at his best. I'm saying the Errol Spence that we are dealing with today. I don't know this Errol Spence who's had
we don't know.
surgery.
Yeah, right. We don't know. Yeah, that's a question.
If he comes back now, look, if he comes back in rare form and he's just rejuvenated and he's back like he never left, oh yeah, that's a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Errol Spence who beat on Danny Garcia, or even better than that, Kell Brooks and Sean Porter and all them guys, that Errol Spence is putting the beats on Sebastian Fundora. He chopping the tree down, you know what I'm saying? But the guy who ain't been in the ring, who's training him?
Who's training? Yeah.
He about to do a gender reveal for that. You gonna find out before the fight. Facts.
EJ got an interview that he owes us. He owes us an explanation, and he owes us some understanding of what we should be looking forward to when him and Sebastian Fundora get in the ring. So whoever gets that lucky interview, I hope they ask the right questions so we can get the answers that we need. But right now, based off what he looked with Terrence Crawford, I don't think he wants to get in the ring with Sebastian Fundora, bro.
I mean, Fundora don't have nearly the skills Crawford though. So Fundora just tall as hell, man. I remember he split Tim Tszyu on his. I never see a fighter get cut on top of his head like a boxing match. Yo,
listen, it's just where his arms. He's so tall. Where his arms is at, it's just bad. Like it's just bad to be rushing in there. Just where his arm regularly just sit at.
Yeah, but just think about that shit. Have you ever seen that before?
Never.
You see somebody
in the UFC
on top of the head?
In a boxing match, it hit different when you get hit with somebody's sharp ass elbow.
Yeah, that's a tree, bro. That brother's a tree.
He gave him that tongue pull, right? He gave him that. You know what I mean? That kickboxer, that Joe Colton Van Dam shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
what they call Slenderman or some shit?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, looking crazy, bro. It was a bad look for the boy, man.
A tall ass karate kid, man.
And it happened early. It happened like round 3 or 4. I don't remember when it happened, but it was bad. Like it just happened real early. He was hitting him with clean shots.
Was doing so good before that.
He was hitting him with them shots. I thought he was going to knock him out. Sebastian Fundora was getting hit with a lot of clean shots. But I mean, Sebastian also showed his resilience and how tough he is. You know what I mean? Because his lungs was leaking most of that fight too. Tim Tszyu had his blood coming from his head, and then he had the blood coming from Sebastian Fundora dripping on top of his head. From his nose being broke. He was just bathed in blood. That was one of the bloodiest boxing matches I've ever seen.
The undisputed bloodiest boxing match is still Badu Jack, right?
Badu looked like he got hit in the head with a Louisville slugger. It looked like somebody caught him slipping, right? It looked like he walked around the corner and got work.
He took hours off his life from that fight, man. That was
that nasty scar.
He looked like he got his pockets tapped.
And then they never stopped it. They didn't even stop that fight. I was like, wow.
He won the fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with
bro.
30% less blood in his system afterwards.
Insanity. Man, he said Mendoza knocked Fundora into another dimension. Yes, 2 cents. Yeah. He definitely did do that, but let's remember, before he got knocked into the shadow realm, he also was winning that fight. He was doing pretty well against Mendoza. You know what I mean? People sleep on him, man. He a good fighter, bro.
Big play bro say they go out of a wheelchair. I guess it's like what's his name? Ben.
Like Ben?
Ben.
Yeah, chill on Ben.
Ben's funny, man. I like Ben though. That's an action-packed dude.
Ben got to do this rematch without a doubt. He got to do this rematch, and he got to show us that he the goods, man. That he just had a bad night, bro, and he got to do Liam Cameron bad.
You know, the thing about, like, we have to also understand one thing, right? Like, when you look at fighters that you don't know, you may think like the fighter you do know is just supposed to blow them up, but like a lot of times these fighters that you don't know train so hard, you know. So it might just be that guy he was just good. Like he trained hard for that fight. You know, it's not always that the fighter is terrible, just that the person that he's fighting was just really going at it for it. You know. Yeah. So
I'm still surprised they didn't get disqualified.
From
because
from the
I was
clothesline,
understanding it, like if you go over the ropes, you can't get up. Like you can't have anybody assist you to get up. And the minute somebody touch you or help you up, you automatically disqualified.
I remember that before.
So
yeah.
both of them should have been disqualified the minute the security went over to this system.
Oh shit, that's a good call.
That's the thing I was looking at.
Ben
so
didn't get up
though.
Ben stayed on the ground like he died, man.
Salute, King. Salute.
My boxing mind, I'd have stayed laying there like, all right.
Yeah.
I'd rather them take me out, go straight to the cards.
But I like
out
Ben
that
Whitaker,
way.
man. If you're an anime fan, Ben Whitaker and freaking EJ, I like those fighters because they're anime fans, you know. So
especially got the white beard joint on his back.
Yeah. My gosh, man.
I think Fundora's gonna do good, bro. But I think Errol, I don't know, man. I want to see what he does, man, where his mind's at. I would love to see the truth back. I'd like to see the big fish come back.
Yeah. Praise that, brother. You know, the word, like when he lost, I felt I hate how people were acting towards him, you know. He had so many people like laughing at this brother. This brother, he unified all those belts, you know, and he lost to Crawford, who's a great fighter. You know, he just lost to somebody who was better, you know. But the way like fans sort of like turned on him, I didn't really like that. So, but I really hope that he comes back strong. You know, even if he doesn't win or lose, I hope he just comes back strong and he's satisfied with whatever the result is at the end of the night.
Yo, Andrew, bro. Nobody hating on every fight Tank is in, bro. Nobody hated on I didn't hate on the Frank Martin fight. But come on, man. Y'all know Lamont Roach is an exception to y'all know it, bro. Y'all trying to make it because they'll sit there and say this, right? I'm not gonna hate on y'all hate on every no, bro. I don't hate on everything. This one, bro, y'all gotta get real with yourself. Let's have a real conversation about it. Let's not do that.
Yeah, nobody even brought up Shakur and Dev. Like, I'm not expecting Dev to fight him or Shakur because Shakur hands her Dev is coming off a rough outing. But you know, there's so many people in there's 4 sanctioning bodies and they all have their own top 10. You know, so it's hard for me to believe that everybody in the top 10 list was just scared to fight. Like the only brave soul to fight Tank was this guy named Roach at 130. You know, it's hard for me to believe that.
Yeah, we gotta push back at it, man. Come on, man. We gotta push back at it, man. We wouldn't be being honest if we didn't push back at it, man. Who else is Tank supposed to fight? Jarvis? Edwin De Los Santos, bro.
And nothing is disrespect. Like I said, Lamont Roach is a good fighter in his own domain. Like there's nothing to disrespect the brother. But he's not 135, you know.
That's it.
Yeah, he's not 135. Like, and he's not planning to campaign there. You know, he's not planning to go. Like I think it's a one-off fight. You know, so what's even the point?
No, I get it. I get
the same reason why he did it before.
Like
I want to be shot.
Remember,
he's on the undercard. Yeah, he's on the undercard. I'm sure they did him the favor and put him on the undercard because they ain't give him the fight, Jarvis. But listen, bro, I want to, you know what I mean? Like, let's come on, man. Come on.
Did they accepted it? No. Were you ever offered a Tank fight? Were you ever offered a Tank fight?
Let's tell you the truth.
Were you ever offered a Tank fight?
Yes, we were. Did they accept it? No, they did.
So what happened? Who denied the fight?
Denied the fight. I guess they chose Lamar Roach.
I mean, listen, it makes perfect sense. You know, I mean, listen, it makes perfect sense.
Did you hear the disappointment?
Who denied the fight?
Denied the fight. I guess they chose Lamar Roach.
I mean, listen, it makes perfect sense.
Did you hear them? Did you hear that, bro?
Yeah.
Did you? I mean, I'm just saying. Even they were like, "Oh, damn."
Yeah,
That's what happened. So at the end of the day, bro, they checked to see the availability for a 135 pounder, and they, after the 135 pounder, gave them the head nod, like, yes, we good. Pause. I don't know how that looked on the camera. You know what I'm saying? But they chose to go with Lamont Roach. And he said, I don't know. They went with Lamont Roach. I don't know.
You know what's interesting about the Edwin Del Santo fight? If they had made that fight, they could have spun up a narrative like, yo, we're gonna show you how to beat Del Santos, unlike what Shakur did. You know, because like you remember, like I keep saying, like Shakur and Tank are lined up for each other. Shakur and Devin not really lined up anymore, but Shakur and Tank are still lined up for each other. They could really use that to show, like, oh, we're better than Shakur. We're gonna do what Shakur couldn't do to Edwin Del Santos. You know, so like it, but the Lamont Roach doesn't really do that at all. You know. Yeah,
100%.
I would like. Yeah, I would like. I don't mind coming off a loss. I think it's still a better fight. Gary Antoine Russell's coming off a loss, but I will 100% want to see that fight more.
Y'all, listen. If Edwin De Los Santos is the fight that Tank was going to fight next, I'm telling you, maybe you guys personally don't want to see it, we would have all understood. We'd have been like, damn, bro, he's making the best fights he can make, bro. Because Shakur ain't available, Devin ain't available, you know what I'm saying? Loma ain't available, Teofimo, you know what I mean? All those names, like, we would have accepted that. I'm telling you, the space would have accepted that. We would have celebrated Tank Davis for trying to make the best fight that's available for him. We would have really celebrated him. I believe so. I believe that. I believe everybody. I'm like, yo, man, that's the fight he had to make.
You know, the one fight we
going
didn't
out
want
the
to
division was unnecessary, bro. Leaving the division by bringing somebody up, it'd have been different if he went to 140 and fought Teofimo or fought Ryo or fought Devin Haney or fought somebody. That'd have been different. You know what I'm saying? That'd have been crazy.
Yo, Claymore, do you think the Pitbull fight will be worse? A Pitbull rematch, even though Pitbull's coming off a loss, will be worse than Lamont Roach, or will be better?
I would have accepted it though, because I know there's a story and there's a history there, and I would have accepted it and I'd have been happy with
it.
So
you think it will be a better fight at the end of the day?
I don't, and another thing is with Lamont Roach, I don't know what he's going to bring to the table to 135 pounds for a puncher like Tank. Maybe he does make it competitive, but let me ask you guys this.
Yeah,
and ask everybody. Let me ask everybody in the chat this. Everybody who's in the building, let me ask my panel this. If Lamont Roach takes this to a split decision and Tank walks away with a split decision, how do we feel about that?
That was bad for Tank.
Does it?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm calling for the Devin fight. Fuck all that.
Damn.
Yeah,
you know
what I'm saying? Bad for Tank, yeah.
Listen, it looks bad, right?
Yeah.
And my boy that smoke.
And that's not even it. So like you have to look at the odds, right? It's not gonna be 50-50. It's gonna be like 2 million to 1. You know, so like if you have a split decision,
I'm gonna put 100. I'm letting you know right now. I'm putting 100 on Roach just off the odds.
Odds, yeah. Because you never know, right? You never know.
Listen,
and
bro.
You win. Yeah.
Dollar in the dream, baby. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna send the energy to Roach for the TV screen. Roach, please get it.
Listen, listen, bro. I'm putting 100 on Roach. I already know that's good money. That's good money.
If he wins, man, that's like thousands of dollars right there, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm buying me a new camera. I need to get me a new camera, bro. I like my camera. I want to get me a new one, bro. So
yeah,
come on, Roach.
It'll be like 5 million to 1. I don't know what kind of odds are gonna give him.
I need that, bro. Roach, to help me out, bro. I just want to add a new camera to those. I want to add one of the with that Sony A7, baby. You know what I'm saying? For the interviews.
That's why I
you
say
telling me Roach gonna have the parlay going crazy.
Wow, crazy, bro.
People gotta put small money on it and be like, yeah.
You gonna put 500 to my 100? Oh, damn, bro. See, Jarvis, this is the shit I'm talking about right here, I want to be clear, Jarvis. Did you see what you just did right there? You see what he just did right there? That boy said, yo, I'll put 500 up to your 100. You know what that means? That means we know for damn sure Lamont Roach ain't beating Tank Davis. You feel me? But you guys want to sell this as this like good fight. Or the fight that, you know what I'm saying? You want to sell it like it's his good fight, like it's his fight that needs to be made, but at the same time, you willing to throw up 500 to my 100. You know the fight is Snickle Fritz, bro.
And you know what's funny? I think the Cordina fight with Shakur was a better fight. And the reason I say that because the odds would have been closer.
100%.
Yeah, the odds would have been much closer. I don't think the odds are going to be Like I think
Jarvis, not only do you like betting, you like sure betting. You know good money when you see it.
You got to put $1,000 down to get $1 extra, man.
That boy said, "I got $1 million. See 100, baby. I got no problem, baby." Send it over.
Oh,
who you go through, Clay, when betting? I don't bet, Devontae. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't bet, bro.
Yeah, I'd be like, brother Showbiz be betting, man. That brother be betting big. Man.
I'm out here capping, bro. I'm out here fronting for the internet.
Brother Showbiz, man, I'd be like, damn, bro. That's crazy.
Yo, I'm convinced Showbiz got a budget to bet, bro. I think he gets a budget from his bet, bro.
I don't know, man. He's a high roller. He might just be a high roller.
I don't like lose 10 grand supposedly and be like, oh man, that's awesome, man. I lost that 10 grand. I'm like,
Claymore, I have a friend who's like a high roller like that. He'll go to the casino and bet big money. Like there's some people like that, who like to win big, but they also lose big too, you know.
I guess, but Showbiz be just too excited about losing 7 grand. Who lose 7 grand with so much joy? You be like, damn, I want to know what that feel like.
Yo, let's talk about this. Bevel's wife. You saw her excitement, right?
Oh yeah, we could talk about it. Yeah, she was. Yeah. She wanted Bevel to lose so bad. She was so excited.
Man, she was African. She would put some juju on that brother.
She might have did it. She might have hired. She might have paid out, bro.
Somebody said she was the third ref.
But yo, I want Bevel to win.
Third judge.
But let me tell you something. I actually listened to her video or like her story of why she's like upset. And I ain't gonna lie, like it's changed my okay, there's two sides to the story, you know. Just to be fair, I don't know Bevel's side. But like if what she said was true, I sort of understand where she's coming at. So according to her, and I'm gonna let you guys understand, when she was talking about alimony, it was like a language difference. She was talking about child support. You know, when we say here alimony, I'm thinking like spousal support, you know. But she was saying it's not alimony for her, it's alimony for her kids. So it's child support. And she said what happened was that her and Bevel, like she knew Bevel since they were kids. So when Bevel was poor and uneducated. So let me give you guys a perspective on that. Like I'm an immigrant, right? So
where you from?
Nigeria.
Okay, salute.
Salute to you, brother.
I did my ancestry, bro. I'm like 38% Nigerian, bro.
You might be related, bro.
Yeah, you never know, bro. You know how it is. Small
so
country.
what's interesting about that is that if you're uneducated in some countries, right? It's hard for you to even get anywhere. And that's what she was like alluding to. Like he had no like future, like the future for him seemed dim versus her, who she came from a rich family, a rich background, so on and so forth. And to make a long story short, she said that Bevel beat her in front of her father, you know, which was crazy. She posted pictures of it and everything. Yeah, like so that's one thing. And then she said that when Bevel was separating from her, he made her sign a contract because I guess in Russia, like just like in America, like if you get a divorce, like in America you get divorced, you have to pay, you know, certain percentage to your children, and sometimes you get alimony and spousal support, you know. In Russia it's similar. So he made her sign like something like a prenup, right? And he said that if you sign it, now make sure that you're taken care of. Like give her like 200 grand or some shit, you know. But he ended up reneging and all that, you know, after she signed it. So she's upset over the abuse and the reneging of like the child support she was supposed to get, you know. So I don't know. Change my perspective on that point, though, a little bit.
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't judge too much because I don't be knowing the backstory, and she's giving her version. I don't know how much. I have no idea. Bro. I don't know. I know one thing's for sure. She was happy as hell, like she had money on that fight.
Hey, Jarvis, it wasn't hearsay. So she has a video on YouTube that's like 40 minutes long. So you're free to watch it. Like I'll just like
that's because she was doing her TikTok story time.
Yeah, bro. My heart don't bleed. My heart don't bleed for those situations because a lot of these girls be in it for the wrong reasons, bro, and they be trying to take advantage. And you know, I'll say it like this: for Bivol to feel comfortable enough to whoop her ass in front of her daddy, and I'm just saying, I don't care if you're a professional boxer or not, you ain't putting your hands on my child in front of me. So that's already some dysfunctional, toxic energy that I'm not even sure how to even look at it. So I'm not judging that man for that, bro. But I do think it's hilarious though that that your baby mom was wilding out on you, laughing at you after you took an L though. You know what I mean? For sure. You know what I mean? I thought that was hilarious. Your baby mom was
what I thought about
online.
though? If it was like a Tank or a Devin or somebody else that did this, the response from the media would have been way different, I think. Like people were really just like, oh, but she's hating on Bivol, right? But like imagine like somebody like, and you know, I hate to use like the race card, but I feel like we've seen enough where like if it's a certain demographic of fighters, you know, if they do something wrong, they get demonized for it completely, you know. But Bivol doesn't get really, you know, he doesn't really get like demonized or anything. Even though we don't know his side of the story, I'm still keeping it out there. But normally that's how it goes. Like we hear like one side and they demonize the other person. You know.
Yeah. Shout out, but yeah, I hear you, brother. Shout out Bullet Gibson. You ain't lying, bro. You already know it. Bullet, you from Florida too. I'm pretty sure you from Florida. I feel like I talked to you before, and you said you was from Florida. You know, look, bro. Our heart don't be bleeding for these females like that no more, bro. We know. I'm saying, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Like, I ain't trying to sit here and say I'm gonna watch a female get beat down on. Like, I ain't trying to hear that either. You know what I'm saying? But I don't be believing those sob stories on the Broward County. Exactly. I knew it, Bullet. I knew it. I knew it, bro. I knew it. You know what I'm saying? We don't be bleeding for them. We don't be bleeding for them. We don't be bleeding. We be seeing them like, look, yo, hey, why you in there with that dude like that? You feel me? What kind of female is you to get with a dude that'll put his hands on you like that? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know the story.
GoFundMe went crazy though.
Yo, it is what it is. It is what it is. She can laugh, but he going home with the money. Exactly. Yeah, you already know. Exactly, 2 cents. We mind our business, or we stay out the lane. Hey, bro, just do that up the street though. Don't do that in front of my face. You feel me? That's the rules, right? That's the rules. Hey, man, take that up the street, bro. Don't come over here messing with the vibe. You take that up the street, bro. Don't do that over here, man. That's between y'all. You That's crazy funny. Rascals, you crazy lovebirds. Take that up the street. I don't know why y'all doing what y'all do. It is what it is. What do y'all think about this well, we already talked about that already. What do you think about Mickey Bay, maybe Freddie Roach, but Mickey Bay training Devin, getting back in the Devin Haney business? What do you think about that?
I think it's good stuff, man. I think, and not to take anything from Bill. I think he worked with Mickey Bay for a number of years. You know, I think he's a good trainer. You know, so yeah, I think it's good. I think both are good for Devin. My biggest fear about Devin is the weight training. I think Devin needs to like get back to like just focus on like, you know, his like, you know, pure boxing training. Like he's building so much muscle, and it seems like it's slowing him down a little bit.
Yeah, it's making it harder on them weight cuts. What do you think about him campaigning at 140, staying at 140, chasing Undisputed, still saying he still wants to make all those big fights at 140, that he's naturally that's where he's supposed to be at? That's what Mickey said. Mickey was in an interview with Mill City, I think yesterday, and talked about it.
Hey Clay, I got a question.
Yeah.
Are we talking about them being an addition to his camp or replacing Bill as the voice in the corner?
From what I understand, they're an addition, right? But it's gonna be that Mickey's gonna be like kind of like head trainer energy, but you know, Bill's gonna still be there. Keep in mind they have a relationship. They have a relationship. You feel me? They've been
we've seen Mickey Bay in the camp and doing that already. They had success doing that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. Like they have a relationship, and like I think when Mickey Bay was there, he looked good. So I don't see anything problem with it, you know.
So wait, what are you saying? What are you saying, Bodega Ty? You saying that it's a good thing or a bad thing from your opinion?
I'm saying it's a good thing.
Okay. Yeah. There's a relationship there. Mickey Bay's been campaigning to come back into that camp for a long time. He's been campaigning on Mill City on different interviews. Like he's like, I just know Devin. You know, he's always talked positive about, you know, what he knows he can get out of Devin and the tools that Devin has and the skills.
Why did he leave the camp? Do we know?
Because Bill, that's how Bill is. Yeah.
Huh? Oh, Bill and we got into an argument?
No arguments. Just that's just the way Bill is, and not to mention that I think that Mickey Bay's still an active fighter. So it's like,
he was supposed to fight one time. Remember that?
Right. So I think
he
that
was supposed to
might
fight.
have
What's
a
his
lot to
name?
do with it.
Remember, brother that just lost. The one that Tank was supposed to fight.
Tevin Farmer.
Tevin Farmer, yeah.
He need to bring in Yoel Judah. That's the person that I kept on saying. I like what he did with him in Australia.
Did y'all ever see Yoel Judah fight back in the day?
I've seen a video of him kickboxing. Yeah, he's pretty big.
Bro, like actually, like before I started watching boxing, because I'm a martial artist. Like I remember watching Yoel, and I was like, and then I saw Zab boxing. And I was like, is that Yoel Judah in a boxing match? Because Yoel as a kickboxer, this dude used to. People would throw all types of kicks. This dude would just be punching you in the face. He'd do like one front kick and just be punching you in the face all day, you know. But like Yoel was nice back in the day, you know. So
yeah, he was real athletic. Like he really looked like Zab in a lot of ways.
He was one of those top kickboxers back in the day. Him, Ben the Jet, and all those guys.
It's a fact.
It's
a fact. All right, guys. Look, we hit the 3-hour mark. You know what I mean? I don't be trying to marathon it like that, but you know, I really enjoyed the panel tonight, man. Really just had a good time. I appreciate you guys coming up here and hang with me because I was real tired. I've been up since 4:30 this morning. Well, yesterday morning. And you know, my Monday nights is real crazy because I'll be doing the show, but I'll be real tired on the low. So
oh man, you're strong, brother.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I got work tonight, so I ain't even going to sleep. So
Yeah. About that time for me, man. I appreciate you guys showing up. Shout out to everybody who showed love in the chat. Please remember to hit the like buttons, man. Shout out to the super chats in the building. I know that a boxing hacker showed love tonight. Shout out to Warrior Class 2, DeMarcus Hills, Andrew Charles. I appreciate all you guys, man. J Pitt City, thanks for showing out for the kid. Did y'all speak on the Nakatani fight already? No, J Pitt, not yet. I'm watching that in the morning. I'm going to go sleep, wake up. I haven't watched the fight yet because I was at work all day. I plan on watching it. So I know that he knocked out Chipitana in like the 6th round, but I didn't watch it down. I ain't watched the fight yet, so we ain't talk about it. So, yeah, that's how that went. But I appreciate all you guys, man. Shout out Lance Myers. Shout out to all you guys, man. Remember to hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done it yet. I'm pretty sure everybody in the building's already done that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Y'all check me out tomorrow. I'll be on Blue as well. Me and Blue should be kicking off about 4 o'clock or so, around that time, 3:30, 4 o'clock. You know how we carry it.
Bet. Salute, guys. Have a good night, everybody.
Salute. Peace, family.
They hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly. Yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got a soul view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation. Now I got rollies, all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Swatting all black like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with. I ain't make it this far for myself, yeah. I had to prove to everybody else. I had to set them straight. Yeah, I had to ball, so I had to renovate. I know they hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out. Yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you